Well, hello and welcome, Stephen.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Very good. Even better to hear your dulcet tones. I've got a big loudspeaker to my left ear. It's brilliant, Stephen. Have you had a good day?
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
Mine's been
Pretty
brilliant.
good. Pretty good. Is it? What did you get up to?
No, I didn't get up to anything, but I had a problem that I didn't know how to sort out. And I tried half a dozen different methods to sort it out.
Huh?
And I finally worked it out today. So yeah, I've
Well, that's
got
good.
to say it's what do they call it? A weight off my shoulders, or a worry gone, should I say?
Oh, good.
So that's why I've been drinking since I got the final phone call about 3:30 this afternoon,
Oh,
and I've been drinking since 4 o'clock, and I'm almost
good on you.
out of booze.
Oh, shit, no. How could you say that was a good day? Running out of booze, we can't have it.
No.
Get a taxi, buddy. Seriously.
I know.
I'll look after the shop when you... Oh, you'll be okay, though, won't you? Jesus Christ.
Well, I think
Oh.
I've just got enough to look. I think you can tell by my voice. I'm fairly merry already.
Yeah, right.
So I probably don't need too much more, and I've still got about a quarter of a bottle of whiskey. So I think we're going to be okay.
Oh, I think you'll be real okay. Quarter of a bottle of whiskey?
Steve, honestly, on some of these streams, I drink a whole bottle of whiskey quite easy.
What, the bottle like that?
Yeah,
Like,
75 centiliters.
You're fucking kidding. That'd fucking kill me. I'd be dead.
No.
Jesus.
I don't do it every day. I only do it on special occasions.
Oh, that's the time I had trouble on the airplane that time. Remember, I think I told you about it when I vomited all over everything. Yeah, I drank a bottle of fucking tequila on the flight pretty quickly, actually. Oh, fucking nightmare.
So I hate tequila. Hate it. I'm not a big fan of vodka.
I like yeah, I like vodka, tequila. I like gin every now and then. Oh, you Blue. Oh, they're all there. Look at them. Oh, your mate Saz is there. Look, he's on to your leg already. Yep. Who else we got? That'll do.
That's great, isn't it? Look, I didn't say on Michael's channel that I was opening this up. I don't know if you saw it. I had a really nice chat with Michael. Then all hell broke loose in my house. I had the baby crying, the granddaughter crying because she didn't want to do her homework. The wife shouted at me because I did side with the granddaughter. All hell broke loose, Stephen. So I had to say goodbye to Michael, and then he started playing music, and then he got copyrighted. So it's probably all my fault.
Oh,
sorry,
fuck!
Michael.
What happened there? Did he lose the Oh, he lost it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I've read in the chat. I don't know how real that is, but
he's only been back for about a week, I think.
They've said he lost it.
Has he? Yeah, well, if he said that, he's out of business for. Oh, fuck. Might be an idea not to play music. Some of these guys, I reckon. But once they play home in on you, they don't leave you alone. Never mind.
Well, as I've said a few times, look, we all think it's easy to play music, and that sort of gets rid of the dead air.
Yeah.
I
know.
I actually set up a separate channel to test music to see if it was Google.
That's what I used to do. Yes. That's what I used to do.
But I've worked out, Stephen. I don't think anybody wants music. Look, you've got your own music taste. If you want music, you'll play your own music. You don't come here.
Yours, Stephen. Yours are okay because it's my era. But yeah, I can't really listen to Avery stuff and a lot of other people's stuff. I don't mind it, but I'd rather talk on a panel and listen to fucking music because I got all the music you can imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah, over the
Now,
years.
as much as I hate to say it, I loved Rick's music, R.I.K. And it hurts me to say that, but I thought Rick's music was brilliant. They put on music that I'd never heard before, and some of it was fantastic.
Rick's music was
very
good.
But I came to the conclusion I looked at the way I first started watching Global all those years ago, and it was only because Avery was around yakking. When they put Rick on, I just turned off to something. Even though I like Rick's music, I turned off. It was only Avery that made me sort of keep looking back in and think, oh, well, at least there's somebody there to talk to.
I'll tell you, it was
so
good.
I don't think music is the way to go. Everybody thinks music is the way to go. Can fill the dead air with music. I don't agree. I think dead air, nothing is better than music. If you go on dead air, go on.
We tried all sorts of things. We had, I can't remember his name at the moment. He was putting on, what do you call them? Pageants, like women's pageants, like beauty pageants. Like from
yeah.
They were fucking fantastic. And
who did that?
That was, I can't remember his name. I'll figure it later. And then what he did after that, they started putting on clips from previous streams. So we'd start playing them, they'd go for 3 or 4 hours and just play them. And that worked quite well until someone come on and stopped it and took over. But that was in the early days. It was all good. Yeah, Rick was good. I bet he didn't use his talents for good instead of evil.
Yeah, no, I'm nothing but honest. Rick's music was good. There was music on there that I'd never heard before, and I really loved. But I still think, regardless of what you think of Avery was better than Rick. Avery brought more people to Global than Rick did. So now I gave up. I thought you can watch my channels. I tried lots of music to, basically just my music, old man's music, whatever you want. And everything on my channel was copyright okayed. But it doesn't work. Nobody wants to hear music. We all have so many avenues to get music. We don't need to listen to other people's music. We come on here because we want to hear people yakking about different stuff.
Yeah. But Rick did play some good stuff. It was good listening to Rick, actually. But yeah, I don't go onto panels to listen to music. I'd rather listen to music straight out, like I said before.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's,
but
it was a 24-hour channel at the time, Stephen. So you had to do something.
We're all a bit worried about dead air or nobody coming on, and if you have music, you can cover it, and you say, "Oh, we'll just play music." So there's only 3 people watching, so that's okay. Now you can't do that. You've got to put your balls on the table and say, "Look, you're here to listen to me yakking, or Stephen Clark yakking, or Johnny Siam yakking, or whatever. We're not here for music."
Yes. Anybody coming on the panel to say hello?
Don't listen to me. Hold on, I haven't put the invite up, have I? Hold on.
Invite.
Yeah, what are you saying, Stephen? You're bored with my conversation already? You bastard.
No.
I'm joking.
I know. You're always joking.
Well, yeah. Paste.
You used to upset me at the start, Stephen. Now I got used to you. Can fucking say whatever you want. You just fucking walk the ducks back, right?
That's exactly how it should be, Stephen. And I'm not joking. I had a great weekend. I went to Pattaya Friday through to Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up meeting in a bar. Not Soy Therapist, but South Pattaya, near Tickly Bites restaurant. If everybody knows where that It's like a back street from there. And it's not really a bar. It's more of a shop that's turned into a bar because expats are using it.
Okay.
And going round the table, Stephen, let's start from, we'll start from a professional boxer. I don't know his name, but he said all the parts of England that he'd had fights in and where he'd won and lost. And he was born. So it was English, English, English. I was the third English.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland, Italy, Singaporean, black guy, Canadian, American.
Good mix.
Sat outside a shop bar, and it's really good. So I'm dying to see this bar in about another year's time.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously because a few buddies of mine started drinking there because it's in a nice place. Because they started drinking there, they've started getting more money, so they're getting better chairs. They've put CCTV in. It's within a year, it'll be a good bar. It's great as it is. And when I'm yakking too much. Blue Topaz. I hope Avery is okay. I haven't seen him for a week. I think it's anybody else. Well, Stephen has a hotline to Avery.
Yeah. No comment. I'll let Avery. I don't comment what he does, Steve. I'll tell you privately, but that's okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I used to sit in a bar in Bangkok. It wasn't a bar. It was where you, what do you call it? Where you buy a beer from, the little shops. What do they call them?
Mama shop.
Mama Son's shop, I think. Not Mama Son. Mama, I can't remember. Anyway, I used to sit in the shop, and there was a little seat out the front, like it was on an angle and shit. And I used to sit there. I was quite happy by myself, drinking away. Fuck, I used to drink a lot when I was there, mate. I'm telling you.
Well, Stephen, this is exactly that's exactly the same as we have. And you had, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 9 people sat outside drinking. You can imagine how happy they are to see us.
Even when I had my restaurant, seriously, every fucking night. All the guys used to come down and shit. Then my missus, Mal, she grabbed the friggin' beer and started charging them for it, then started charging me for my beer.
Well, you should always do that.
And then I go, go cook us something to eat, Mal. So she'd cook everybody something to eat, you know, sort of, I'd pay for it and put me with the fucking bill. My restaurant, mind you. I had to pay it.
I know it didn't work out, Stephen, but did you enjoy it when you were there?
Me and Mal worked out fine. It's just, well, you know the situation.
No, I didn't mean you and Mal. I meant, did you enjoy running a business?
I loved it, mate. It went downhill. Just, you know, you get a cook in. I paid him pretty decent wage, like over the award wage, which is 15,000, I think it was at the time. I paid him extra. And, you know, you didn't get any notice. They just said, I'm not coming into work today because I've got to take my children to school and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I won't be coming in ever again. Oh, that's okay. No worries. You've got no fucking cook. So you get another cook in, which lasted 2 days and said, oh, can I get an advance on my salary? Because I have to pay me room. Said, okay, no worries. They take the advance and they wouldn't come back and left the key there for you. They always left the key. Oh, there's so many of them walked out, you know. And I treated them like fucking God. Bought them new knives and shit. And, oh, yeah, I'll go on my for you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it was just it ended up a fucking money pit, Stephen, like you wouldn't believe. It ended up a fucking money pit.
Yeah.
The whole road had no fucking parking. I had parking. I built fucking toilets. I had TVs. I had air conditioning in an open fucking restaurant, mind you. An open restaurant had air conditioning blowing on people. Fucking Jesus. And one of the big guys come in and he said, I think your problem is it looks too expensive. I know it's not, but it just looks too expensive. It's hard to do that, Stephen. You got to, you know, these people have been doing it for 2,000 fucking years, and an expert for lung comes around and has been doing it for 2 days, and they're an expert at it. Maybe I should have listened a bit more, I think. And another thing he said,
Yeah,
that English writing you got, you called it an English name for a restaurant. I called it Sam's Restaurant after the dog. No one ever knew that. And
say again.
Called it
I
Sam.
missed that.
I called.
Stephen, say that bit again.
I called the restaurant Sam's. It was named after me dog.
All right.
And he said you shouldn't have used an English word. You should have used Thai. It looks too expensive. Oh, fuck, it looked nice, mate. Seriously, I done it up. So, I spent fucking a fortune on it. I really did.
I'm getting so
I redid the kitchen and blah, blah, blah.
Ignoring the chat. Uwe, welcome, sir. Lieutenant Nescapi, one of my favourite people here, who takes the piss out of me more than anybody else, but I still love him. Welcome.
Oh.
Sorry, I have to do that. Look, it's so easy to get involved in chat when you're drunk, especially. But you can't ignore the chat.
Yeah, you have to look at the chat, mate. No worries. No, you want to interrupt me anytime. You go for the chat, no problem at all.
Thank you.
But I used to sit down.
Go
on. Up the road
from
me, there was a restaurant there, and I used to sit there and get pissed as well. And I'd bring up Mel. Can you come and get a taxi and get me car back home?
Right.
Fuck, they were good to me though. They, if Mel used to sometimes drop me off there, it was a big restaurant and had a lake in the middle of the fucking thing. It was really good. Food was nice, and it was great. It's some tales to tell there. Went there with you probably don't know the guy. I met.
But it's tricky, isn't it? If you've been clever enough when you're young to be able to retire early, or you got enough retire early, which clearly you did and I did. You think, well,
Steve, I retired when I was 40.
Should I invest money into something, or just live on my capital? And it's a really tricky decision.
Yeah. I retired when I was 40, Stephen. I'm 40 years old. I retired.
Yeah. That's 17 years before I did.
Okay. But I'd made enough money and I just retired. That's it.
I knew a Mexican guy who started off as a shoe shine boy in Mexico, retired at 35.
Yeah.
I don't know how many drugs were involved in that operation, but he did try. Should I say this? I don't know. Yeah. He did bring over a lot of money that had dye on it, and he tried to find somewhere to get the dye off of the money.
Yeah.
I'll say no more. But yeah, he retired when he was 35. Lovely guy.
I don't think I was quite right. I retired when I was about 45. See, my business was all internet based, and I had computers, and I was sort of like an IT. And I had 6 or 7 computers, and I used to build my own computers and blah blah. And I had laser cutters and shit like that. Run 24. There was no need for me to be there, so I did it all automatically. And they're back in them days. This was modern technology, mate. I had cameras in the fucking thing and shit like that, and I was overseas and operating things, and so I virtually retired when I was about 45.
Right.
Making fucking squeals, I was.
Do you think you retired too young, though?
No, not really. The money I was on, mate, fuck that. I just wanted to spend it in the end. I fucking did.
In hindsight, I think I retired 3 or 4 years too young. I should have worked for a few more years.
You're okay now, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Don't misunderstand me.
Worry about it.
Look, I'm an optimist on some things and a pessimist on other things. I'm sort of
you made it. Don't worry about it.
I'm well balanced. But I'm a lazy cunt, and if I don't have to get up and go to work in the morning, I tend not to. Whereas at 57, your people will find this hard. I was quite fit. I was working every day, sometimes 12 hours a day. I never worried about my health. I was not super fit, but I was pretty good. As I've got older in the last, what are we now, nearly 10 years, I've got older much quicker than I expected. I'm not as active as I was. I am much lazier than I used to be. So, yeah, I suspect I retired a bit early.
Oh, that's called old age, Steve.
No, I don't think it is. I think as you get older, if you've got nothing, I've got no boss telling me what to do.
I never had a fucking boss. That was my problem.
Oh, we've got number 3, Steve, in here. Steve Anderson, welcome, sir.
Oh, no, Steve.
There's only 3 Steves on the no. Don't really know Steve Anderson, but he always comes in with.
He's okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Boo Topaz, I still want to build an off-grid 2 whatever that is, 2-bedroomed house for myself at the back of my property, so I can then rent the house to my kid. She can have a cheaper rent with flatmates, and that'll pay for the building. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the point. But I don't really have any dreams left. That's the point. Blue, I need a dream like that. I mean, we're going to buy a. I mean, I've got stupid dreams, not pathetic dreams, I should say. The next thing is we're buying a new car in July.
What are you looking at getting, Stephen?
Oh, a Mitsubishi Expander.
I'll have to Google it, I'm afraid. 1 second.
It's not the greatest car in the world, but it's got 7 seats. And our family is growing so big. We need 7 seats. And we've been all through, should we get a pickup? I mean, I love what... did you see what Andy Bangkok's son bought?
No. I don't talk about it any much nowadays.
No, I think he's busy. He's really doing well at the moment.
I'm just looking at your expander here, mate. Yeah, you're expanded. That looks like a fucking nice little horse, doesn't it? That's nice.
Well, look,
like that.
Lieutenant Nescafe has just hit the nail on the head. Andy Bangkok Chit Chat's young boy, who's a really nice guy, who's on video, bought the Ford Raptor.
Oh,
God, that is a super car. For anybody
have you ever driven one?
No, but
before I left Thailand, I was going to buy one. I was going to buy one before I left.
They go like shit off a shovel, really fast, really big.
Fucking fast, mate. I put the foot down in it. I was going to buy it. And it was at the concrete driveway type thing at the car yard. I put my fucking foot down, mate, and all 4 fucking wheels span. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding? Oh, I put a fucking blow-off valve on those fucking... Jesus Christ. Very nice. Oh, I'd love to get one, but they're... they're okay, I suppose. Get around the traps all right with them. Nice job, aren't they?
But what I'm trying to say,
I like that one. I like that one. You're looking at. That's really nice.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty, as my hero Gazzo would say. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Yes?
Do you have a bucket list of stuff you need to do before you die?
No, I'm going to just enjoy life, mate. I've got no fucking bucket list.
Yeah, I don't.
Whatever's around, I make things up as I go along. What about you?
Well, I confess I'd quite like a hot air balloon. Apparently, you don't feel any wind in it because you go at the same speed as the wind, so it's totally peaceful. There's no wind. You're going at the same speed. I quite fancy that. Parachuting out of an aeroplane doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah.
What else? There's people have, they have bucket lists of things they need to do before they die. I'm quite lucky because I went sailing when I went through my midlife crisis at 40. So I've sailed, not all the world, but I've sailed enough. So I've done my sailing stuff. I've shagged a lot of women. I haven't really got a bucket list to do.
Yeah.
The shag the bit. You should have laughed at the shag the women's bit, Stephen. It was a joke.
Look, that's just natural. Steve Anderson, I leave my car in 4-wheel drive, mate. That's what they're all about. They don't stop. No, I leave mine in 4-wheel drive, Steve. Steve Anderson. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Lieutenant Nescafe, for fuck's sake, 40 years old is midlife. Not many of you. There's probably 1% of the people on YouTube that will reach 80. None of these fat fucks are going to reach 80. So 40 is midlife. In fact, for most of them, 30 is midlife. I had my midlife crisis at 40.
When you reach the magic 60, everything starts going downhill. I'm tired. I can't lift that anymore. Can you lift that for me?
No. We got.
Where exactly do I live? Anyway,
we got a pressure Nescafe. We got a pressure Nescafe. So how old are you, Nescafe? How close are you to 40? One side or the other? South, I got no idea what you're saying, mate. I'd love it. I'd love it if I could understand the joke, but
how many women know you with the balaclava, Mr. Perrin?
Robin Banks or something? I don't know.
Balaclava burqa.
Oh, you wear a burqa, right? Not many people here would even understand balaclava, let alone spell it right, South Rabbit. It's brilliant. I couldn't spell it.
Very dangerous with his spelling. He gets everything right.
Of course I am. I repeat the same thing stream after stream, as I do in real life. I tell the same stories over and over again. That's what old people do. Of course they do. I'm surprised you don't. I don't think you're as young as you're trying to make out, Lieutenant Nescafe. I think you're just as old as we are. You're just trying to take the piss.
That's why they're here.
Oh, we got a walking stream. Hold on.
Look out, there's trouble.
All right, Mr. Anderson. All right, Stephen. All right, Mr. Perrin.
G'day, mate. How you going? Stephen.
Where are you taking us?
We're just going on a walk.
I thought you were trying to catch your dog.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. Oh.
Well, while they're watching this, I'm going to go and get my last whiskey. Back in a minute.
That's fucking sad. That's sad. What a fucking dog is that? Is that one of those Pugsley dogs, is it? What do they call them? Pugs or something?
French fucking, what are they called? A Frenchie or something. The missus' dog, it's not mine.
Hot women, is it? Oh, there you are. Oh,
there you go. We'll find that.
Oh, they didn't fucking hear that, did they?
Nah, I've got the headphones on. How's my audio, Stephen? I'm trying out these new Bluetooth headphones.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Maybe I need to put my level off a bit. I got a set of the Lenovo pod things. Well, I never bought them. You bought them for me.
Yes.
And look,
Okay.
so for the ground. The summer's coming out.
Yeah, mate. What's it for you?
Has
Morning,
anyone heard? It's afternoon, 2:40. Anyone heard from anybody?
No, I haven't heard from him. I'll give him a ring tomorrow.
I'll send him a message for you. He was all right.
Yeah, it wasn't going too well.
And Pink.
I spoke to him about 3 or 4 days ago, I think.
Yeah, I seen him. He put a message to me about 3-4 days ago. That was the last time I seen him. Probably busy doing something.
Oh, he usually disappears for a month and then he comes back.
Right, it's gone MIA for a bit.
Yeah, he wasn't very pleased the way things were going at the moment on the channels and shit.
I think he spent a lot of money on music stuff and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, the panels are fucking shit now, mate. They're really bad. Hard to find a decent
I know.
panel going now. I don't want to fucking hear it about all the fucking drama, mate. Fuck it. Ugh.
No one can be bothered running panels anymore. I can't be bothered. Okay. I think someone kicked his channel off an hour early for a chat last night. I noticed. We played some music. I'll not say who it was, but I don't think people want to go on panels and be attacked 24/7. You know.
What do you think? Listen, you go on a panel and you know you're going to get attacked. So does that encourage people to go on your channel? Does it? I don't fucking get it. There's a certain person. If you go on his channel, he'll fucking attack you and fucking try to take the piss out of you. I don't fucking get it. I really don't.
Is that person that removed all his videos off his channel?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't watch the other. I haven't been watching the other channels. The Foley ones.
Because he removed all his videos off his channel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, I better not film the kids.
Hello there, yeah.
I better go around and play in some fucking sports game or something.
Where are you, Mr. Perrin?
He's fucking making a triple fucking whisker. Said he's having one more whisker with a triple.
He's probably fallen over and decided he wanted to stay there because it was cool.
No, I'm still here.
No, he didn't fall over.
I'm still here. I'm watching the walk up this hill.
It's a funny old hill.
Fucking hill. It is a fucking hill, isn't it? Look at the trees on an angle as well.
It's good for you. It's good for your ankles. I don't know
What's that up the top there? Yeah, we're about to dox him now. What's up? That's a fucking ruins or something, is it?
No, that's a hotel.
All right, don't say which hotel it is. We'll triangle him, Stephen. We'll find out where he is. We can dox him then.
Fuck it. Consider I driving the car about 5 miles away from my house. It'll take me quite far. Edinburgh's a big place, even though it's a small place. The only thing with Edinburgh is built on fucking 7 hills, man.
Better check me out.
Can you understand what DWP is saying, Stephen?
Yeah. If you listen, yeah. All right.
I said
you have a strong Scottish accent, DWP.
Actually, mine's not strong.
Sorry, DWP. I have to listen to you very carefully, though.
Yes.
My accent isn't as strong as other people's. Mine's more Edinburgh's posh. accent
I agree
compared
with you.
to.
I've worked with Scottish people that have a stronger accent than you,
Correct.
but it's still hard to follow you, mate. And your mic is very loud.
I just asked Mr. Perrin about that if it was too. Just turn my level down, Mr. Perrin.
Well, I don't like doing that. I don't like.
No, well, I'm asking you to do it. Saves me going into the settings because I'm holding the phone.
Oh, you're not on automatic. I'll put you on automatic. That's always best.
Yeah.
If you're
No, it's because I'm
on automatic, it probably means there's something wrong your end.
Automatic.
I'm trying out these new headphones to see if they're any good.
Blue, I agree that Scotch accent is lovely. I mean, it's really nice. Billy Connolly. Let's read all.
Women with Scottish accents are beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Love them in bed.
Look, I do. Look, I'm going to sound like a real snob here. I do like the Edinburgh accent better. I like the sort of the Sean Connery accent. The posh Scottish accent. Sorry, DWP, can't help myself, but I like the posh side of it.
Sean Connery was my grandfather's milkman.
Right.
Back in the day. Yeah, he was a milkman in his early days. He used to come from. He did the milk rounds round the Usher Hall, round that area.
Fucking best James Bond, the one and only. Brilliant actor.
He did a lot of good films.
There he is, yeah.
I liked him in what was it? That something Special Men or something. What was it? Exceptional Men or something like that. When he's on the boat, on the submarine.
Oh, they fucking ragged that film. I reckon it was fucking terrible.
Some of them were all right. One of them was shite. The other one was all right.
I can't say I seen a shit film of his. Anyway.
I was watching a good thing last night. It's called Citadel. You should look that up. It's a mini-series. It's about spies and...
I've watched that. Okay, what's that about again? Citadel.
It's two undercover agents that work for this fucking organisation called Citadel that are taking out all the other fucking... Watched that last night.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? That's that bald guy. What's his name? Strawn. Jason Strawn, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was a fucking good movie, that.
It's not a movie, it's a box set. It's on every week. There's, what is it? I think there's 9 episodes so far.
Oh, that's just fucked me up, isn't it?
Maybe it was a movie as well. Maybe it was a splinter from a movie, but the one I was watching was a box set on Prime.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe they split it up. Made into, because it's still got episodes to come next week. Well, one more next week, and then I don't know how many episodes.
You reckon it's good? I mean, you got me. I've got to fucking look that up now.
It's called Citadel.
On Prime, is it? 1 second.
Yeah, well, just Google it and you'll see the trailer on YouTube. There's a trailer on YouTube for it. It's well worth a watch. I watched it on my Fire Stick on BTV for free. Why pay for a Friday?
Oh, yeah. I was going to have a look at that tonight, actually. Oh, yeah.
It's worth a watch. Yeah, really good. Really intense. And it's got a lot of spy shit in it and all that.
Right, I've just put it on my watch to list.
You'll have to watch it if you've got Prime through Prime, or if you've got something like DTV or Cinema HD or Cyberflix. You can get it for free on there.
Who's your chat's firing up there, Steve?
Oh, there's loads of kids around. I'll have to avoid them. Kids don't need to be on the food tube.
Awfully hilly there.
I know. Well, I'm on the way out of the town. It's not really. There's some decent walking in the town, but then I'll land on options. I make sure I go well away from it.
I can worry about. Just tell them where you're fucking with. I can be fuck with them anymore.
They all know I live in Edinburgh. It's a big place, isn't it? Did you see that drone video with Stocky and Barry the Boss?
No, I didn't know. I don't watch him, mate.
They had it. No, this is on. They put him on YouTube and fucking. They've zoomed into Barry out on his daily walk with a drone.
Fucking keen, aren't they?
That's just a bit fucking over the score. Stalking someone with a drone. Filmed him walking out doing what he's born. It's quite chilly today, actually. It's nice and warm.
I've started typing in the chat here, but I forgot that I'm on the live stream here. Graham said a comment. Let me just highlight the comment that Graham put in. Hold on 1 minute. Give me a minute. There we go. Show that one. I'll go first, WDP. Stereotypes are always wrong. Stereotyping a nation is always wrong. That particular stereotype is so wrong. I almost the closest I got to a fight with a Scotsman was because I said it was my round, and he said no, it's his round. The Scottish are far more generous than most people in this fucking world, and would never dream of not paying their way in a bar. Honestly, Graham, I don't know why that stereotype, because I've worked with a lot. I've worked in anyway. Doesn't matter. What do your go DWP? I honestly, it's no joke. I said no. It's my round. It's called Ian Potter. Ian, it's my round, mate. You bought no, you fucking man. They're the most generous people you could ever hope to meet.
I do like how bottle of whiskey sounds. Where's all the kids coming from? The schools must be on holiday today.
Oh, touch him, yeah. But it's not come from any other, but only from real life. I've known a lot of Scottish. I've worked with a lot of Scottish guys from all over Scotland, and even this one that the one that I'm talking about that got angry with me because I said it was my round, his round. We had a big blue.
You do that,
but it was an honest fight. It was just I think the Scots are great. I think it's the other way around. The Scots don't like a lot of the English because a lot of English are wankers. That's acceptable. I can understand that. Lots of English people aren't very nice. But if you're a nice English person, they get on well with the Scottish people. If that makes any sense at all?
My experience, when we've gone down south, we'll go into a pub, right, and there'll be the Aussies, there'll be us, the Irish, and we have more of a laugh in their pubs than they do. But that's my own experience.
Yeah.
You know? Because down in London, down Earls Court and that, used to get a lot of backpackers and students and things like that down there.
I don't know. Look, as I keep saying on here, it's surprising we all get on as well as we do. In normal life, people don't get on. You know, you meet thousands and thousands of people in your life. If you end up with a handful of friends, you're a very lucky man. We expect to come on the internet and everybody is our friend. You trust them. No, it's fucking rubbish. Of course you don't. In real life, we get rid of all the wankers because we see what they look like. We judge them very quickly. Our brains are really quick at doing that. So that's why
I don't think it really makes a difference where a person comes from. It's the person's personal life experiences, to be honest, and their interaction with other humans. You know, I don't think you could be from England and be the nicest guy in the world. You know, it's like I don't understand these people that have to flash their motors, flash their clothes, flash their watches, and flash everything. Oh, look, I've just spent so much on this, or I've got that. Personally, I like real people that don't boast in what they have and just keep it real.
Absolutely the opposite. Most people you find that are wealthy will actually, in a normal situation, won't talk about being wealthy.
You're correct in that. Yeah, the real wealthy people don't, and you'll find out that they don't wear flashy clothes and that as well. You'll find out they'll just go and say Marks and Spencer's or wear a Pringle jumper, a nice pair of trainers. They'll not go and buy an extortionate set of trainers at 300.
Look at DWP. Look at probably the closest man to God Jesus we have as an actor, Keanu Reeves.
That played John Wick.
Who can still get on a tube in New York or whatever and sit on his own with no security. And he's just so down to earth. He makes sure that everybody working with him has a good time. I mean, I think there's lots of stories where he buys everybody on a set a Rolex watch. But he's just down to earth guy.
Did he not have a motorbike accident about a good few months back? He hit a car or something outside, and he hanged around and everything.
Yes, yeah, I saw that video. Yeah,
and to sort the problem out.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah. I remember that.
No, not everybody is that humble. We all try to be humble and self-deprecating and reasonable people. Most of us can't do it as well as Keanu Reeves does it, and obviously it must help if you're a multi-millionaire. I mean, I was amazed when I saw how much money. I would say Keanu Reeves is on the same level as Johnny Depp for income. When I read that Johnny Depp lost £650 million from his accountant stealing money from him, then you think, fuck, you can lose 650 million and not even notice. It's a totally crazy world.
Did he not lose his partner or something in real life
Say again.
or something? Did he not lose his wife or
Can
something?
you give me a name to call you rather than DWP? Can I just call you D?
Yeah, just call me D.
Okay, mate.
Did he not lose a partner or something? His wife or something?
Bloody hell, D. You missed about a year's worth of news. He had a huge legal battle with a lady called Amber Heard. Amber Heard
No,
accused
before
him.
that. I know that, but before that, did
Right.
he not? Did one of his partners not die on him or something?
No. His accountants stole £650 million from him.
John Travolta, he's gone through a lot of parties as well in his life. Did he not lose a son or a daughter?
We're ignoring the chat a minute. Right, Gypsy Rose Lee. Welcome, sir. Not seen you for a little while. How's life in China? You're a brave man living in China. I think I'm quite gutsy, but I don't think I'd want to live in China. I really don't. I'd like to see it, but I don't think I've got the wherewithal to live in China. I mean, in Thailand, we have very few rights as a Falang, a foreigner. Falang means foreigner. We have very few rights. You have so little rights in China. You've got balls, sir. Let's put it that way.
What do they call them in China?
Yeah, I can understand you. Still, all I can say, Gypsy, I take life down to its bare essentials. You must be having great sex there to stay there, because that's why I stay in Thailand. You stay anywhere for great sex.
Stop biting my feet.
Your microphone's going a bit shitty, D.
It's the wind. It's the wind. It's windy. Just put me on mute.
Oh, there you go. All I'm saying, BZ, I don't know if you're answering me or Gypsy, but it is, I would imagine, it's quite scary living in, oh, you're talking to Steve A. Okay. I won't answer. What are we looking at, Ty Jim? This is a fake walk, is it? As he videoed this earlier. Okay. Hello. Men will travel to all corners of the world for great sex. We're adventurous.
And some are so lucky to get at home.
Yeah, and Steve Anderson, there's no snow. Surely there's always snow in Scotland. When I was about 14, I was really into fishing. And I brought a book about fishing in Scotland. I really wanted to go, but I didn't have any. I was 14. But we talked earlier about bucket lists. what you would do. I would really love to go on a fishing expedition in Scotland. Fishing for trout, fishing in an ice lake. I'd love the idea of an ice hole. Yeah, that's a bucket list. I don't think I'll ever do it. It's possible, but have you got a bucket list, DWP?
Yeah, a wee bit of a bucket list.
What's the number one on your bucket list?
I want to go to Norway.
Say again?
Norway.
Norway.
Sweden. Yeah.
Okay. Scandinavian countries. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to drive. It's really nice to drive there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've known a few Scandinavians from Finland and Sweden that came over to go sailing in England. Some of the and you also find them in all parts of the world. In sailing terms, and you couldn't meet nicer people. So yeah, I can understand that.
I actually fancy doing a world.
They like drinking as well. DWP. They love alcohol.
I fancy doing a world cruise as well on one of these big cruise boats.
Oh, yeah, I do. I've never done. Have you ever done a cruise at all?
No, not a proper one. My parents have done it. They enjoyed it.
Yeah. I've never done one. I've never even got the closest I've got to a cruise on a cruise ship was Southampton to Le Havre, which isn't a cruise at all. You know, it's like a ferry. It's a ferry trip. But yeah, you hear about normally it's widows, rich widows that live 12 months of the year on a cruise ship. I think that's going to be far better than being in a nursing home somewhere.
I used to like going on the boats in Amsterdam. You know how there's the ferry across to the other side of Amsterdam?
Right.
I used to have to get it to come back home when I was working there. And it was,
Stephen gone? Let me just put you down to normal size again. Stephen gone? I can't even turn it. Hold on. Wait. No, it's just me and you. Stephen, where do you go? You didn't even say goodbye. You bastard.
I chased him away.
Come back.
I chased him away.
No, we'll invite somebody else on here because I'm bored with me, so we'll put somebody else on. There you go. Blue Topaz, no, that's well, I don't know how far that is, but it's similar to me going from England to France. But I still like it. I tried to get my dad to go on a cruise when, I don't know, it would have been 77, 78. And let's just do this. We go Mediterranean, He had zero interest in it.
My granddad.
Look, I've never been on one. Maybe I'll hate it as well, but I like the idea of it. And that's the problem. Many people like the idea of having a boat and sailing a boat. I've done that, and some of it is brilliant. I'm not saying that some of it is not fantastic, but a lot of it is bloody boring and expensive.
A lot of these big cruises have got different restaurants, different bars in them, and nightlife things to do. It's all installed in the cruise ship.
Yeah, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. It's only really good if you share it with somebody. I've been all down the French canals, Canal de Midi, all the way down to the Mediterranean, ended up in Barcelona. Fantastic. Beautiful. You're going to have aqueducts that are high above a river. Most beautiful scenery you could ever imagine. But I did it on my own. I didn't share it with anybody. So to me, it's not a life experience. I think you have to share life experiences. It's like a meal.
I've done the Norfolk Broads, and I've done some of the French when I was a kid with my parents. There was once I got the rope tied up on the propeller. I had to jump in the canal and cut the rope off.
It says South Rabbit's the same as my dad. He said exactly the same, South. There's no way you could get him on a cruise ship. And look, you and him could be right. But I still like the idea. What can I say?
Oh, that's me. Having my cigarette.
They have a cruise ship now out of Pattaya. It goes to Koh Samui. Leaves on Thursday. You can get a return bill. My wife's not interested at all. My best buddy says, yeah, it's tricky, but he's got a big family. So the only way I can do it is if I go on my own.
How much is that,
And
Mr.
as
Perrin?
I just said, say again?
How much is that?
It varies on whether you just go for a seat on, like an airplane seat on the boat, or you go for a suite. But it's not scary expensive. I think for a suite, it's about £4,000, about £100.
That's all right.
Not scary. Yeah.
You could spend that in taxis and fucking air flights.
Yeah.
And getting around,
And usually these sort of things are good fun. A buddy of mine went on one about 15 years ago, the last time they did it, and he said it was brilliant. Invited to the captain's table. Just good fun. Hold on, what we look at? I'm ignoring the chat, and the chat is doing better than we are. We were needs to get water down below unloading boxes. Yeah. That's right. Is this still the outward journey, DWP? Or are you on an inward journey? Your microphone is really fucked now, DWP. DWP, your microphone is really fucked up my side. I don't know what it's like for everybody else, but it's can't hear a thing on it.
It's the wind. It's getting windy up here. I'm up the hills.
So who we got in the chat that come and join? Blue, come and go. You're really good at yakking. Come and join us. Talk about whatever you want.
Right, I'm gonna have to jump off. That's me nearly back in the car. Right.
Okay.
Thanks for having us, Mr. Perrin.
DWP, thank you for the live stream. Always appreciated. I love live streams from everywhere. But next time I want to see snow. Or a fight in a Scottish bar. I'm joking. But no, genuinely, thank you. Come back anytime. Still gone quiet. Actually, that's quite nice, isn't it? That microphone is pretty horrible. Oh, what? Blue, I don't know. No, I paid you a compliment. I really did. I said, look, I always like your company, Blue. You're always welcome on any stream that I have the button to hit to let you on. Gypsy, put in a good word for my day pass, please. I think you're making some decent tech. Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Gypsy, put in a good word for my day pass, please. Lol. Yeah, I think they are making some decent tech. Have you ever seen their campus? Or compass? Campus? No. Hey, BZ, you're a keeper. Look, I know I keep repeating that joke, but I still think it's a bloody good joke. You're a keeper. Oh, gentlemen. 2 ends. Yeah. You know, as I said in the introduction, I've had a really good day today. A big problem went away. And, you know, you worry about stuff and it's going to be fucking horrible and it's going to be a nightmare. The problem went away in 15 minutes. I was shocked because most of these phone calls to the UK, you're left on hold for 40 minutes. Then you get transferred around from one hold to another hold. Then you got the shit music and the... So I'm probably scared myself before I made the phone call. In fact, I was so scared, I asked my son to do it for me. And he tried and it didn't work. Oh, fuck, I've got to do it myself. And I went on today and, oh God, I was hating it. I went, fuck. Didn't drink it before, but I went on to do this phone call. Oh, a little bit of traveling advice for you, which I found out about 3-4 days ago. If you're trying to phone an 0800 number in the UK, it's almost impossible from Thailand. Just doesn't work. No matter what way you try to do it, just trying to do it on your phone, it doesn't work. You need Skype. Now, I'm not a big fan of Skype, but Skype works. So if you're in Thailand or Southeast Asia and you need to contact anybody in the UK, you have to use Skype. Anyway, so yeah, at the end of the day, it all worked out lovely. Totally surprised me. I got drunk. That's why I'm here now. But I'm nearly at the end of my whiskey, so Blue Topaz, great. Bees is a keeper, and I'm the yakka. Yeah, well, that's yeah. I don't mean that as an insult, Blue. Me and all my friends say we go to the bar for a yak. So saying you're a yakka is certainly from my side, it's not an insult. But sorry if you felt that way. I didn't mean it. Well, no, it's +44 800. I'm sure everybody's has the same bloody problem. Trying to call England or whatever from abroad, unless you're using your Thai, your English phone, which costs a fortune, it's tricky. And I had a 15-minute, 20-minute phone call on Skype to an 0800 number today. Cost me nothing. I'm as surprised as you are. Oh, wow. We got a stalwart of the community here. Welcome, Julia. Dan.
How are you, mate?
How you doing?
All right, mate. Let me just turn off the YouTube in case we start getting an echo. Hold on.
Okay.
That's it.
You're fine at the moment.
That's all right. How are you keeping, mate? All right.
Yeah. Really good, Dan. Thanks. How about you?
All right. Yeah. All brand new. Yeah. Sound.
What are your Thailand plans?
At the moment, it's the application for the visa for the missus to come over. Just going through that process.
Oh wow. I tried it many years ago.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
And it was so much hassle, Dan.
Mm.
Best of luck. Hope it works.
Yeah, well, it's either a yay or a nay, isn't it? Like, so we're at that stage where she went up to Bangkok last week.
Right.
Went to the tower. I didn't realise that place that you go to because I haven't done it before, So I was assuming she was just going straight to the British Embassy, put the application in, but it's not like that. It's totally not like that.
No, there's an agency now.
It's down on like Soy 13 Succumbit, isn't it? The Tower building or something, or the Tower office.
Yeah, it's got a funny name. You're right, Dan. I can't remember what it's called, but it is a strange name, isn't it?
But as she said to me, like there was like your Americans, French, Germans, UK, Scandinavians. It's all in there. And you basically go up to whatever floor the UK application is on, hand in the application, take the passport, do the photograph, the thumbs, you know, your isometrics, all that, or whatever you call it, like, you know. And then the application goes off to the British Embassy then. But we'll see.
Well, Dan, look, my advice only comes from the fact that I failed at doing it, because I thought it was going to be really easy to do. And my wife used her next door neighbor, who's a Filipino English teacher, to fill in the form for her. And he fucked it up. In effect, he lied on the form.
Yeah.
He didn't mean to, but he just didn't understand it. He was a Filipino teaching English. I thought, wait, he's a fucking piece of piss. We're only going for a holiday. And so it didn't work for me. I'm looking at 18 years ago.
Oh, right.
A buddy of mine is much more pedantic than I am, much more stoic than I am. He did exactly the same. Now he gets his wife a visa with a click of the fingers.
Yeah.
Because it worked for him the first time. I think she got a 5-year
I know what you're
visa
saying.
run. So she could go back to the UK anytime in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because he put the hard work.
Standard.
So my only advice is, Dan, is don't give up like this weak-willed man here.
No. What I did,
Because if you succeed this time, next time will be 100 times easier.
What we did, Steve, I had to take the missus down to hospital, and we got some good contacts who work in John Tien, like some good friends, and they said to us, right, there's this lady on Soy Bacau who you want to go and see, right? So we went across and met her. I'll tell you the truth now, Steve. I'll tell you how it happened, mate, because I no need to bullshit, right? I said to the missus, listen, you want to come over? You know, the parents getting old. They want to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I said, I've watched this NDTVI, right? And he's recommended this visa place on Soy 7 because I was none the wiser, Steve. I was none the wiser, right?
Yeah.
So, anyhow, me and the missus, we went from John Tien across the Soy 7, walked up Soy 7, looking for this visa place. Right? And it was like, fuck it, well, I can't see it. There's a sign there, but it must be just down the road, Anyhow, walks back down Soy 7, fucking walks back up again, sees the sign again, and it's outside of a laundrette. Right? So we walked into this laundrette. We said, is this where you do the visas? And the woman said, got out of a chat. Yeah. I looked at my missus, right? She looked at me. They got the laundrette going. I said, nah. Right. And this is what that Nick Dean was advertising, right? I said, nah. Anyhow, we got a good friend of ours down in John Tien. She said, listen, go along to Soy Bacau. There's a lady called Moy there who does, right, no word of a lie, Steve, found her place, little office. She explains to it. She says, right, this is the crack. This is how I do it. Said, listen, Moy, what we want to do and all that. She said, right, these are some examples of the visa application. This is how, for your first time application, you're going to have a folder as thick as a Bible of information that you've got to start giving to them. We said, all right then.
Right.
So sat down, had a chat with Moy, talked about things, how we would do it. She said, Dan, you go off now, write a letter and all that. It took me a couple of days to write the letter, took it down to Moy. Right, get rid of that, get rid of this, add this, add that, come back to me.
Right.
Then it starts like, the application starts. It's the photographic evidence, the evidence that you're actually speaking on social media, the actual evidence that you're contacting each other.
Yeah. Dan, I've forgotten about all that. All the photographs you have to provide. Yeah. That. Yeah. Go on. Sorry, mate. You just brought back horrible memories.
Yeah. It is, isn't it, Steve? Like photographs of the house where I live.
Yeah.
More photographs of the house, Dan. I need more photographs. Moy was saying, like, and it's so in depth, like your earnings, what you're actually sitting on, what you're actually doing, and everything like that. But we thought we'd give it a crack, Steve. Give it a go. If it doesn't work, I now know the drill. So if she gets refused this time, like, I know next time I could do it myself, like.
Yeah. But it is suffering. Look, let's face it, it'd be easier, wouldn't it, to fly them into France and get them on a small boat to come over here. Then they get a hotel when they got here, and
yeah.
Do you get my point, Dan?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can always remember.
It just pisses me off. There's genuine. Look, there's always a chance that the girl you're bringing over here is just going to leave you on day one and go and do something else and be a burden on the state. But I would guess that's fairly rare. Whereas all these people coming over on rubber boats from bloody France or whatever, Somalia or wherever they come from, they're all welcomed in. It'd be better if my wife came from Somalia rather than Thailand. It would be easier to get her into the country if she came from Somalia rather than Thailand. It pisses me off, Dan. It really does.
I can remember a story a couple of years ago about I think he was a captain in the British Army, like, and he left the British Army and he married this girl from Myanmar or something like that.
Right.
And he was trying to get, had a young child and all that, and he was trying to get her a residence or visa, like, and the British government turned him down. He's like, well, what chance has anybody else got? Like, I've served, I'm an ex-officer in the army. I've got a decent job, and all that, like, but that was a bit different, obviously, like, Steve, but, for a visit. But
the problem is, for normal people, the world is so unfair.
Sorry.
Look at the problems I had, just going away from our problems. Look at how hard it was to get Gurkhas back. Look how hard it is to get the translators from Afghanistan taken care of. Translators that save lives of America. It's just horrible. The world is fucking shit. And the only way you can use it is to be as bent as they are.
Yeah,
but most people aren't. Most people are quite honest.
Well, that's the problem. Like, I felt like we've got to keep honest. I said to the missus, we've got to keep this honest because they could contact you, So I've kept it as honest as I can, like,
Yeah. Dan, can you answer this question from Man About Oz? He just tuned in. What's the subject?
Oh, right. We're talking about visas, Oz.
Or anything you want to talk about, Oz. Really?
Yeah, it's good.
I know we have guidelines on this channel, but when I'm drunk, those guidelines disappear. Talk about whatever whatever's on your mind, Oz. It's all right. Dan, I've got to go for a pee, mate, and this will definitely be my last whiskey. But if you can keep everybody involved with a story, an anecdote, or a joke or two, that would be great. I'll be back in
see what's happening.
about 5 minutes. Hold on, let me just mute myself so that you don't hear me having a pee. There we go.
Who we got there? Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? That's a bit of an old one. That's a bit of an old one. Man about Oz. Fucking hell. That's what we're talking about, Oz. We're just talking about a visa application for my missus to come to the UK and what you got to do, how you got to go about it. Like I said, she'll probably get turned down, you know. But like Steve said, if she gets through the hoops and everything like that, then it will make it much more simpler in the future, like, you know. But that's not a guarantee. It depends who's looking at the paperwork on that day, and it's not as, you know, to come into the UK. I don't know what it's like to go into Australia. I would imagine it's very much the same. Yeah, you've got to have money, mate. You've got to have money, and she's got to have money. She's got to have money in her bank account, and you've got to have money. You know, cheers, Oz, mate. You know, the visa application went in last Friday, so up to 3 weeks we've got to wait, like. If she gets it, she gets it. I said, don't be disheartened, because I'll just take her off to Koh Samui and Koh Phangan for a few weeks, like. Family sponsorship not allowed in UK anymore. WOG refugee, step right up and mind the gap. Care for some benefits and a free hotel. Oh, well, she's got money, mate. She's not exactly as if it's a sponsorship, mate. In fact, she's probably sitting on more money than most of these lads that come into these streams. But we'll see, Lieutenant fucking Newcastle. I'll give you the verdict. I won't lie. I'll come back on and say, yeah, it happened. No, it didn't happen. No, Oz. That is not the plan, Oz. That is totally out of the no way, Oz. You know, Oz is on about like UK citizenship for a no. That's not a part of the fucking plan, Oz. Yeah,
I agree, Dan. My attempt to get over Brody was just same as yours, Dan, to introduce us to the family. It wasn't to get UK citizenship. I do love Man About Oz's use of words, though, to an exotic fish into a goldfish pond. I love that. And Oz, we can talk about this because I think it's always a mistake to bring a Thai girl over to your home country. And I know one or two that have worked. One friend, one relation of my wife lives in Austria, and that's worked okay.
Yeah.
I know 6 that haven't worked okay.
Yeah. It's
so I think it's a mistake to bring your Thai wife to your home country.
Oh, I definitely, mate. I would never even just for a visit. I'd, obviously contemplating it, but
yeah,
not to not to come and
Well,
live.
I'll tell you what. Look, it's obvious what will happen. It's clear as the day. Number one, they'll miss their family. Ties are very family centric. You know, their brothers, sisters, family, children, whatever, are so important to them. So you're taking them away from that to begin with. Then they're going to get over. I can only talk about the UK. Then they're going to have the UK. They're probably going to end up with other Thai wives.
Exactly.
Or they're going to work with other foreign, English women. And they will just turn to be a miserable Thai lady in England who's the same as a Falang lady in England. It's just wrong. I didn't explain that very well, but I know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean as well, Steve. I see it in my hometown. Like, there's a lot of wealthy people here that have brought Thai women over here, and you could go into a local hotel bar, and they'd have a little meet up, and you could see. This is when I first started seeing my missus. All
right, yeah, okay, okay, Dan, yeah, I'll follow you, yeah.
And in the town I live, they would have a little meet up in the hotel bar, and you just clock, and you think, oh, these girls really, really happy, and just I wouldn't want to put it through that. A visit's a bit different, but to actually come and live.
Busy, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They become westernized. I don't know if you saw that. Hold on, let me just try and highlight that. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated and a bit worse than that, BZ. Because they not only become westernized, but you've taken them away from their home. One of my best mates married his wife a couple of years after I did, which would be about 18 years ago. And she said, yes, I'll marry. She'd already been married to a Falang. And she said, yes, I'll marry you, but please don't take me to the UK. Yeah, it doesn't suit. The UK doesn't suit Thais. And without being it's much easier for me to be here than for her to be in the UK.
Yeah.
And look, one of the reasons I'm so happy today, Dan, so easy to explain. I thought I had to go back to the UK within the next month to sort out some, problems.
Whatever. Yeah.
And I sorted it all out online or by a telephone call today. So now I only have to go back for maybe a 2-week visit in the height of summer, July, August, just for a holiday, not to sort anything out. That's why I'm so happy, and that's why it's been a great day for me.
Good.
I don't look, Dan, you live in England, and lots of people do, but I'm so lucky not to live there. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's a chore, but I've got a couple of years left doing it, so I can grin and bear it. I was looking at a pension pot the other day, and I was thinking, well, that's doing all right. That's doing better than what I thought. There was a bit of a dip last September and August, September, when what's her face got into was the Prime Minister, where she cost everybody a lot of money, but it's rebounded back, and that's not too bad. So I'm on track. I'm on
Good
track.
Man. Yeah. No, I'd be always better for you. I've tried saying the same to JG. I hope it works out for him the same way. I think he's saving his money to retire to Thailand. Good luck to him.
Yeah, definitely. You wouldn't, you know. I was only 51 the other day, or the other week, so I can afford to just keep going.
I think if you put your sights on something, Dan, it tends to work out. If you focus on doing something, it'll work out. It's only when you sort of think you and should I do this? Should I do that? Then nothing really happens. You've got to focus. I'm going to retire to Thailand. I did it many years ago. And look, although I'm a lazy cunt, I'm quite focused. I worked out I wanted to go sailing when I was 19 years old. I got 2 children. Nah, I'm exaggerating, maybe 20. I got 2 children, very young. Well, they were young and I was young. And me and my first wife, he said, well, look, we're going to be 45 when the children don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go sailing. So my wife, at the age of 20, was doing navigation courses to learn how to navigate. I do honestly believe that if you focus enough, even if you're not very bright or you not very clever, whatever, if you focus, it'll happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like anything in life. Like if you want it, like you work at it, don't you?
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
It, if
but you got to work out what do you really want.
Yeah,
that's why I was talking about the bucket list.
And how you can do it.
There's nothing on my bucket list that I would fight for. Hot air balloon, I really fancy. How much is it worth to me to do it? I don't know, £500. Somebody said you can go. Yeah, I'd probably do that. But I've no idea how much it costs. But it'd be worth 500 quid to go on an hot air balloon. What else? I really can't think, Dan. I can't think of anything. I mean, are you watching? No, I shouldn't say this because I'd probably bored everyone. Are you watching Ice Poseidon going up Mount Everest?
No.
No. It's fucking brilliant.
Brilliant. I was watching that Billy Blue, and every 2 minutes she was mentioning Ice Poseidon, and
it's because he's good, though, Dan. Honestly, look, judge it on your own.
Probably,
but he's going to base camp on, and the only reason I'm saying is, look, it looks beautiful, but do I want to do it? No, not really. Coral reef in Australia, I'd love to see that. What else? Well, come on, man, about Oz. Jump on and tell us what your fucking bucket list is. What are you going to do before you die? You've only got a year left. What are you going to do? Don't criticize me without at least giving your opinion. And what I'm saying is there's nothing I have on my bucket list, really. I've done all the things I dreamt of doing as a young boy. Do I want to go to Mars? Not really. Astronaut? Not really. I've had enough sex. I've got enough children. I've done my bit on this world. What to do?
That's good, Steve. Good.
You like to hear my sailing? You can't hear my sailing. You have to be there. Well, that's interesting, PC. If I had only a year left, the only thing I'd like to see is Australia. Wow. Most of what I see about Australia is pretty horrible. Honestly. It's very similar to anywhere else in this world. Doesn't appeal to me at all. They almost seem to have taken all the bad things from England and put them into Australia. Got some nice beaches, much better beaches in Southeast Asia. Don't really get it. What country? Okay, Dan. What country that you haven't been to would you like to visit? I got mine. What would you go for? You haven't been. Not a country you've been to. You want to go back to a country you haven't been, but you like the idea of it.
Right. Canada.
Oh, Dan. Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just see
Isn't that great? That's
the
crazy,
difference
isn't it?
between those North American countries,
Yeah.
you know, and not just that. I think it's got, you know, a bit of heart, like, you know, in Canada, like, you know, from family, relatives, and all that sort of stuff, like, you know.
Yeah. But that is quite interesting that we both said the same. I have a cousin who has a beautiful life in Canada. Oh, well, I've got a cousin. I've got a good friend from 20 years ago in Canada as well.
Yeah. My grandfather was born out of wedlock from a Canadian soldier during the First World War, like, you know, so I'd love to trace,
Yeah.
you know, what side of the family and all that that side of the family, like, yeah.
Yeah. It is strange, though, that we both came to the same conclusion. Because there's got to be great other countries. Look, I'm sure Africa is fantastic. I've only ever been to Tunisia, North Africa.
Okay.
The reason we don't go to the rest of Africa, apart from even South, you know, the old Rhodesia, is because it's so fucking dangerous. Nobody wants to go there because you expect you're going to be killed.
Exactly.
But I would love if it was safe. It's like all these countries. That's why Thailand is
That's
so
why
fantastic.
That's why Mike Chef had to get out of there.
Go on. I don't. No. Yeah, no. You're okay to talk about people on this channel as long as you talk positively about them.
Oh, right. Okay. So the positivity was Mike Chef saved his life by getting out of Nigeria. Sorry.
Yeah, that works.
That works. Banana King won't be happy.
I don't know.
Anyhow,
but anyway,
I've got to go, mate.
All right.
You take care, Steve, and it's
Dan,
good to have a chat.
Thank you for joining the panel. Thank you for the interesting conversation. Best of luck with your lady's visa. I really hope it all works out for you. And don't be an idiot like me and push for it. Because once you get this one through, the next will be easy.
Hey, sound, Steve.
Take care, Blue.
Take care, mate. Thank you. Bye.
So, and then there was me. Come on, Blue. You know you want to talk. You haven't had a yak for a few days. You want to tell me what's going on with your world. And I want to listen. What do you say, man? Oh, I don't know. I'm surprised you've even got How the fuck did you get a spanner, Oz? Don't misunderstand. I've got no control over spanners or anything here. But how the fuck did somebody give you a spanner? They must have been drunk. Lieutenant Nescafe, Perrin, Tunisia, was that when you were in the tanks fighting Rommel? No. I'll tell you a true story, Nescafe. It was the first holiday I had after my first wife died. And I went over there and met a guy on the plane over there who came from a city. I'm very lucky in making sort of mates. And yeah, we had a great time. Really enjoyed it. Nowhere near us. It's just not the same as Thailand. You don't go out at night. You stay in the hotel in the resort. But when I went, look, what am I talking about? 1990, about 92, I think I went to Tunisia. And it was the first, as I say, first single holiday I think first single holiday I'd ever had. I don't think I'd ever had a single holiday before. And I did stay in a really lovely hotel. But it was super. It probably sort of inspired me to travel more because there were lots of girls there that had come for us because it was a cheap holiday but a great hotel, if that makes sense. And lots of girls there that were scared to go anywhere on their own. So, oh, can we come with you? So yeah, look, I'm not going to go into details, but fuck, it was a brilliant holiday. I loved it. Thai hotel resort likes to close the pool off at 9 p.m. Kind of, wow. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't go in there. I go in there early in the morning with the granddaughter. That's about it. 9 p.m. in a pool with mosquitoes? Nah. Oh, wow. What, Oz? I just read this about Section. What a fascinating guy and love what he's doing for the kids. Is he a key? I don't know what Section is. Hold on. Let's go back up. Section. Can't see it. It's all right. Look, chat, ignore me. I'm only just reading a bit. Took my whole civilization, put them on a reservation. I know the lyrics. I can't even remember what the song is. Took away my way of life. What's that song? Took my whole civilization, put them on a reservation, took away my way of life. Don't know anymore. It's a good song. I was in a pool in Pattaya Saturday, hotel pool, and I was trying to teach my granddaughter to swim, and I put my head under the water to show, just lean, you'll float and whatever. And I must have opened my eyes for a split second, but the chlorine in the water, I couldn't see for about 20 minutes. No, it's not Dean Martin. Well, yeah. My man about strangely, my dad almost did that to me. So there is an element of truth to what you're saying, but I'm not as tough as my dad. Oh, Easy Blue, 80s, Pretenders, Undertones, Rod Stewart with Maggie May. Maggie May is probably still my favourite song ever. Yeah, 80s. Pretenders, Chrissy Hind, Police. Pop music, really. Oh, Stranglers, Clash. What else? Don't misunderstand me. I love lots of other music, but yeah, the music that really look. Most music is giving you memories of how you were at the time. The reason I love Roxanne, you don't have to put on a red dress, is because I remember I was a young man when that song was being played. Probably not a great song, but I love the Clash. Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble. If I stay, there will be double. Man about Oz, don't time anybody out. Why are you doing it? Don't do that, Oz. It's not fair. Blue, what's your favourite? I don't. Mine is sort of 80s. It wasn't really punk. It was called new wave. It was because there were so many manufactured bands, even bands I like, and suddenly we had bands that they could make great music with 3 chords. I mean, I still love to this day. T-Rex, Mark Bolan. They all say he only played 3 chords, but he played those 3 chords better than anybody else was playing. We want to boogie and whatever. It's brilliant. Really great way to play guitars. So, Blue, what's your favourite rock and grunge? Okay. So, Mr. Perrin, yes, what Oz? Oz, I haven't been paid to come here and entertain you. Jump on and look, we both know you'll wind me up within 5 minutes and we'll end the stream. Jump on. I don't know how you can trigger me within 5 minutes, but you always do, so I'm ready to finish it. I won't be upset. Look at how he entered the room. Who? Oh, you're talking about Steve Anderson. Fuck. It's just chat. Why the fuck do you care? I thought you were a bigger man than that, Oz. Oh. Wow. What have we got here, Keeper?
Got my new swarm of bees that I'm showing you right now.
Okay.
And no, I am not any bee soup.
You're right. I'd like to see the chickens that are crying, though. Where are they?
They are right here.
Wow. That's brilliant.
And just less than a week ago, you see corn growing here. There was nothing.
Beezy, can you put your phone onto landscape? Can you turn the phone to landscape or not?
If I do, I'll kick myself.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's still good. I've got you expanded on it, but wow. How much of that land I can see belongs to you?
This field in back of me, the farmer rents it out.
Okay.
But total, I have 3 acres. There's my bee back of the bee house. And yeah.
Wow. You're so lucky.
And
No, lucky is the wrong word. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. Some of my potted vegetables I planted. I use old tires for planters.
What's that shed behind? Is that shed looks like it's about to fall down?
It's not had a fall down, but it's about 40 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. This is, like I said, just a week ago, they had planted corn and there wasn't anything up yet. But this is farmland, USA. And I've got a rogue hen out.
Say again?
I said I've got a rogue hen out.
Rogue hen. Okay.
Yeah. There she is.
It looks like a well-fed hen.
Oh, yeah. My chickens are very well fed. This is my rhubarb that I put out a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I love rhubarb. Rhubarb and sugar. We don't get that in Thailand at all, Beezy.
Really?
No, I haven't seen rhubarb here at all, no. Not even in a can.
This here is horseradish plants.
Oh, I love horseradish, yeah.
And here's my strawberry patch. I'm going to have to redo it.
Right.
This thing's about 10 years old in itself.
Right.
And here's some more of my potted plants, peppers, and some tomatoes. And here's my blueberry bushes.
You say raspberry?
Blueberry. I have raspberry.
Okay.
Yeah, I have raspberry bushes too on the way on the other side. And so, yeah, there's my winter's worth of wood for next winter.
Wow.
I'll go through every bit of it.
Yeah, I bet.
That's more wood. But yeah, I just thought I know you like people to come on and kind of show their area, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to do that this morning.
Thank you, BZ. You will not believe how much I appreciate it. And I hope everybody else listening does as well.
This is my homemade fertilizer, horse manure. I told you, only natural for my bees.
Right.
Yeah, they're out these bees that I got this time have been a bit more aggressive than normal.
Right. Okay. Well, you say you got them this time. Did you have to control that, or did they just come to the queen? I don't really understand bees at all.
When you put out swarm boxes, you bait it with comb, and then
Okay.
wild bees. The wild bees will just sometimes they just come in and rob the swarm trap, but other times that's how you get your wild bees.
Okay.
I've got swarm boxes all over the county. And so far, I think I've got 3 more boxes that are ready to bring home.
Right.
This one here is an old established hive that I've had for several years, but these 2 right here are the new wild bees that swarmed in.
Okay.
And by swarm boxes, what I'm showing
you've got a bad gang of bees that have come.
Yeah. They're not quite as docile as my other bees. But this, when I talk about putting swarm traps out, this is what you do. This box right here is a swarm trap.
Okay, yeah.
That
see, catches them. That's what you say is all over the county.
Right.
And I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I've got a field across from me. They had beans in last year, so the fields around here will have corn this year.
Right.
Some of my homemade flower beds. So yeah.
Do you personally eat a lot of honey, Beezy?
I do.
It's supposed to be super good for you.
Well, what I'm going to, excuse me, what I'm going to try to do this year is I'm going to try to make a super honey. It's going to have herbs in it to where it'll be even more anti-inflammatory and even more healthier.
Okay.
Oh no, we've got a little injured bird, I think. Good. So I just wanted to pop on and show you I live a simple life.
Thank you, BZ. I don't know if you'll know how much I appreciate it, but hopefully you do. I love live streams. And thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Oh, good. Steve Anderson's come back. Well, look, we're down to 4 or 5 or 6 viewers. Do you want to end this now, or will somebody come and join me on the panel? We all know I could still carry on talking, but is it fair for the rest of the world to listen to Perrin drunk yakking? Probably not. Brings disrepute to the channel. Are you counting this? Counting what? Yeah, I just seen. We got 6 viewers. Look, Oz, I'm more than happy to stay here. I've still got one more glass's worth of whiskey. But look, if everybody's bored, I'll call it a day. And the way to show me you're not bored is to jump on the fucking panel and just say, "You're a cunt, Steve." That would be lovely. Oz, no, you are all I need. I really want Gaza here, because Gaza is the only man here who's watching, who's addicted to, what's he called? Ice Poseidon as much as I am. And I tried to catch him, and because the time scale so much, I joined him about 20 minutes before his channel ended. And he was talking about, I think Gaz thinks exactly the same as I do about Ice Poseidon. Unfortunately, I joined 20 minutes before he finished it, and he was totally pissed. He read half of what I put into the chat. So frustrating. I put into the chat what had happened. He read the first sentence of my paragraph and went, yeah, I see you there, Steve. That was it. Fucking cunt. You do, Blue, yeah? I've only been watching him for about the last, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. I don't know. Time goes so quickly. But I think he's a bloody genius, Blue. I really do. Now, don't misunderstand me. I might watch him for another month and think he's a right cunt. But at the moment, I appreciate the hard work he puts into it. You know, it is a 24/7 channel. Never turns the camera off. Even when he goes somewhere, they say, turn the camera off. Doesn't do it. He just points it down at the ground and then puts it back up again. Hold on. More will come, Mr. Perrin, if numbers is what you desire. Oz, don't misinterpret what I was saying. I am more than happy to sit here and talk bollocks fluently. But when the viewers go down, maybe they're bored, maybe they want somebody else to come and join us. That's all. No other reason. No, he's really good. Okay, I tell you what's great about him, BZ. He's really good at talking to people. And even though he's a bit of a wanker and full of himself, he's still somehow people like him. He's a likable character. And I'd love Cheap Charlie to come on and talk to him about, because Cheap Charlie is very likable. But I think that the difference is Ice Poseidon realizes it's a business. He's there to make money. He realizes that the struggle, getting things wrong, doing it wrong, is what viewers love. If I was doing a live stream, I would be far more like Cheap Charlie. I'd have everything organized. I'd know where I was going. I wouldn't do anything outside of what I'm. Ice Poseidon, somebody comes and says, do you want to come this way? Yeah. Why not? Let's do it that way. Do you want to buy this? Yeah, I'll do. He realizes that the struggle is what makes it important, what makes it funny. Man of Oz, we don't do viewers, Mr. Perrin. Fuck the part. Oz, you're not a 15-year-old boy. Don't have pirates. Don't be an idiot. You're much cleverer than that. Now, I do. Look, when I was a young boy in nightclubs in Southampton, we had two clubs. One was called the Bastard Brothers. Sorry, ladies. It was just idiot boys. And no, I wasn't 25. Let's put it back a bit. I was 25. We had two clubs, Bastard Brothers and the Cunt Club. That's the same as Aussies, Pirates, and what was the other one? The Ninjas. But that was 40 years ago. And we used to have a joke. And look, we were earning good money and we were idiot. We were the worst example of men you could imagine. We were earning good money. We'd buy a bottle of Bollinger or three and we'd sit and talk absolute rubbish. But that was 40 years ago. And although it was funny at the time, I regret it now. I was a young boy. Yeah, Blue. What we got? Oh, that's great. The Pirates, the Ninjas, the Duds, and the Hornets. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Blue. Don't forget that, because I probably will. I don't know which one of those gang I want to be in. But look, it is great. Duds and the Hornets the same. I think you're that's probably your viewpoint, Blue. But Blue, come on, it's so fucking childish. It's what young boys do, young girls do. We're all individuals. I'll take on all of your Pirates, Ninjas, Duds, and Hornets. Actually, I would probably, I don't know, look, I have no idea what each one of those gangs represents. But I'd be a Hornet because I had my favorite motorbike was a Honda. In England, it was called, in Japan, it was called a Honda Bros, BROS. But in America, it was called a Honda Hornet. No, it wasn't. Called a fucking Honda Hawk. My buddy had a Honda Hawk. Anyway. Childish Mr. Perrin, what do you think I used against them and made things fun again? Oz, I'm not the same as you. I really don't. Look, you're really good at that sort of thing. I am horrible at it. I'm rubbish at trolling, rubbish at all that, those sort of games. I get too angry when I'm doxxed. Shouldn't do. I should just be. But no, I'm rubbish at it. So I've taken the view that, look, I can't win the battle. They have far more time than I do to play, so I don't do it. You're very good at it. Don't misunderstand me. You're brilliant at it. I think Spoon's good at it. I think the best. Okay, this will get some conversation going. I think the best two at dealing with it are Shaun the Sheep and Lucy, King of Clowns. I think they understand the genre so much more than I do, and I listen or watch their conversations. Yeah, you're a very good man about Oz. King of Clowns has got a really dry sense of humor. I like the way he talks. But then again, he came on and said that Zounds is full of old men. Probably right. Yeah, okay. I understand that, Oz. But I even though you say he's bad, I think he's quite good at the game. I think King of Clowns is good at the game. I'm rubbish at the game. JG's rubbish at the game. Gaza is rubbish at the game. Who else? Who else is good and who else is bad? Don't know. I think that's about my limit of memory. Some people are very good at it. And we to be honest, Oz, the idiots become, what do they call them? Loud cows. Because I'm no good at it, these people take the piss. That's all right. I'm not very good at the game, but I'm quite competent. Zeeg owns you, Perrin. Zeeg? Now, Zeeg will always have a soft spot in my heart because he came with probably the best one-liner ever. I won't tell you now because it's there, but Zeeg had the best one-liner ever on YouTube. Well, okay, Oz, I will do. I'm not usually good at taking orders. In fact, I'm really bad at it. But if you're speaking of trashing people, I'm really rubbish. Yeah, me too, Visa. It just doesn't bother me. It doesn't. It's easy. It's just easy content. That's all it is. It's an easy, instead of talking about interesting stuff, anecdotes, stories of, I mean, what you just now showing is that's interesting. I will say here when I call in. Oh fuck! Don't give me too many orders, Oz. Look, I'm accepting that you'll come on here, but don't push it, mate. Right, I'm gonna get a beer. I'll come back. Oh God. Yeah, I didn't see that, South. Did you, South? Did you watch today that Cheap Charlie went to the border crossing I used to use? Fuck, has that changed? When I went there, you went over the Friendship Bridge. There was one brilliant hotel on the right hand side. I don't know where to. I watched about 30 minutes of his stream tonight. I didn't recognize anything about where he is now. That's not the city I went to. It's changed so much. What's it called? Kokong? Something like that. Kokong? Kong Kong? I don't know. I was hoping that would have been drama, wouldn't it? I was hoping that Ross Rayon would have been held at the border. That would have been funny. Yeah, go wrong now. Well, the play, hey, they got there much easier than I used to get there as well. We used to go to a place called Banlek or something, or Badlek, before we got to Kolong. The whole world's changed. I've got to go back again. It's going to be great. I wonder if the chicken farm's still in the same place. And BZ, chicken farm in Cambodia doesn't mean the same as it does where you live. I'll let South explain it. Right, I'm back. I've got to go up to see how this conversation started. Okay. No, I don't think it's a new border, surely. I think that's where I used to go. Certainly near, unless it's not the trap border. I mean, they did seem to get there quicker than I used to get there. And when I used to go there, there was multiple army checks on the way there. And it was a single carriageway where they just seemed to go on dual carriageway all the way, then park up and they were through. So, yeah, maybe it's not the same border crossing. But when I went there, there was... And the last time I went there actually was when there was a big problem between Thailand and Cambodia. That set up, the Cambodians had set the Thai businesses on fire and Christ knows what. And we were quite worried about getting out, but it all worked out okay. So I'm lost on this chat because I've got to go back through it to see. Now, anybody? Look, I'm here for at least another hour. If anybody wants to chat, as I said earlier on, I've had a great day. I've only got one glass of whiskey left, but I've got another glass of wine, plus lots of coffee. But so I'll stay here as long as for at least an hour if anybody wants to chat. But let's just see. Mr. Perrin too far gone? I'm always too far gone, Oz. Should we shut shop? Yeah, maybe. Chicken farm gone. Okay. Well, has it really gone? Because when I was there, it used to be in the middle, near the city centre, and then they put it out to a couple of kilometres outside of the city. So it's probably gone, but just a bit further away. I don't know. Gosh, that was great days. KOC and Sheep both have women's voices. Well, yeah, look. I'm not saying I would ask either of them to babysit my children for any length of time. I have no idea about their characters or trustworthiness or whatever. However, I like listening to them when they come on a stream. I think KOC has a really dry sense of humor. A little bit similar to the other guy I like that possibly hates me is a guy called Old Man. I think he's got a great sense of humor. They might all be cunts. That doesn't matter. I like their humor. And I like King of Clowns humor. I like Sean Sheep's. I like the way that he always fights back. That's all. I think he understands the game as well as a lot of you do. And you get pissed off with him because he fights back. You know, look, I'm the idiot here. I use my real name. I'm an easy target. Whereas Sean the Sheep can lie, cheat, rob, as well as all of the cunts can. So I quite like the guy. And King of Clowns the same. He's nobody knows who he is. He plays the same game. Sorry, I'm going slowly down through the chat because I don't like missing out. I should take everybody in my garage. I have eggs incubating. Should have chicks in the car. Oh yeah. I'll tell you a funny story there, Beezy. We when we were in my old house, the first house I built, they brought round ducks and chickens to buy. No, for free. You bought the ducks and chickens. I don't know. We had about 20 ducks in our pond. This is not our house. It's the last one. And I don't know, a dozen chickens. And they give the all for free. But then you buy the food from them. It's really clever. Cost me a fortune. Mr. Perrin, up to you. Yeah, we did that one. I will come say hi if you want. Yeah, I do want. Hold on, let me just put the thing up again. Sorry, mate, I missed. I missed you saying anything. But I'll put this up hundreds of times before, so you only have to go up to the chat to find it. Yeah, I've just done it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was away from the keyboard. Fuck me! Don't give me. There it is. It's done. I'm sorry. Blue. I'm sorry. You know I'm not really. Blue, I don't have the authority. I don't have the authority to pin it. I can only do this. Nobody values me on this channel, so they don't give me the buttons to do the important stuff. But that should work. South Rabbit, we all saw your pathetic attempt at being an admin on some channel. I don't think you're any position to judge me. You turned into the biggest wimp I've ever seen on a channel. There's no coming back from that. You can't criticize me for I just don't have the buttons. You had the buttons, but you turned into a shy schoolboy. What do I do? I don't know. So don't have a go at me, South. We saw your pathetic attempt at trying to be a moderator or whatever you call it. Didn't work out very well for you, which is okay. It's not easy. But you can't then come on and criticize me because of my mistakes and problems. It's not easy. And that's a problem here. Everybody criticizes you, even when they're cunts. You get cunts criticizing you for being a cunt when they're a cunt in the first place. It's ridiculous. Man about Oz, don't start threatening me. That's so pathetic. Oz, how old are you? You've got a brain of a 15-year-old. I will threaten you, Man about Oz, and whoever you just said. South. Of course I will. I'm far more dangerous than any of you. Yeah, that's true. Nescafe, you're probably right. But look, Nescafe. I started this stream because I was on Michael's Acme and it got taken down. But I wasn't going to start this, but I was having a good time because I've had a really good day. Big problem of mine went away. So I started this just for a bit of a laugh. Blue Tub, I mean no harm either. Blue, yeah, you can do that. You can take everybody to another channel and there'll be no problem here at all. I'm not going to go because when this ends, I'm just going to go to sleep. But you're welcome to post a link to another channel where it's still going to go. No problem. Where other people can yak. No, Blue, I said I'm here for. I mean, it'd be nice if somebody jumped on the panel to. But look, I'm. No, you weren't. Don't you lie to me. Nobody's on the backstage at all. He wasn't. Nobody's been on the backstage. I got. Oh, okay. There you go. All right. Now you're there. You weren't there.
I was, but I only have a phone, so I can't.
Don't give me these Cambodian lies.
My name is Sean the Sheep. I can rape, pillage, murder. You missed a drone. There was a drone landing, a military drone. Well, it's gone back up in the sky now. See up there?
Yeah. I saw
they're
that.
Playing with the drone. Can you see the flashing light or not?
Well, I can see two lights in the sky, but that looks like it's on a building.
It's a military. It's a military drone. They're playing with a military drone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about 15 feet high. I hope it comes around here again. I think they're practicing because we just had the south. See where all the lasers are over there? Oh, you mightn't be able to see. We just had the Southeast Asia Games here, mate. We had 80,000 people.
Wow.
But I only cut. You know why I was no good as an admin? Because I only had a phone. You have a computer. Now, I'm not going to fight with you.
We're not accepting any excuses here, South.
Oh, you're in that mood now.
You can't. You can criticize me, but you were as bad at it as I am.
Thank you. How many numbers we got now since I come up? 25 or -6?
Well, I think we'll be up to 50 now. I've got you on big screen, full screen.
Well, look at that. Look at all this beautiful, beautiful lighting. Hey, no rain today. It nearly rained. You saw me go shopping. Did you like that mall, Aeon 2? Did you like that mall? You said you saw me shopping before.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
that wasn't me.
Now, Billy Blue and Ross in Rayong made a critical mistake. That Ross and Rayong said, I'm in a hurry to go back. So they knew they had him by the balls. You never say that. You never say how long you're going to be in Cambodia for. And the law requires you to be there for 24 hours. Did you know that?
No.
That's why they charged him double to get back. They said, okay, we'll let you go back, but you're meant to stay for 24 hours. That's why they charged him so much. And a tourist visa is $30, not $37. They charged Charlie for an ordinary visa. Plus, they overcharged him.
Yeah.
And he's so stupid he's lucky he took off that army jacket. You never wear an army jacket on a border. Like, Cambodia and Thailand. That is so disrespectful and stupid. I couldn't believe he even had it on. If they, you know what I mean? But anyway, I don't watch them anymore, but I only watch, oh, sorry if the speaker's too close. I only watched like 20 minutes at about 7 o'clock tonight. So it made me laugh. But I think
I'm
sorry. Go,
no,
mate.
go,
Go.
Carry on.
Well, there's a new military base up there, Ream military base. I don't know if you know that they've reclaimed a lot of that forest up there. So I think that's where the highway may be, where they want to do trade between. They want all the trucks. Did you notice the trucks, the cargo trucks? I think that's why they made the new highway, so they keep the trucks away from all the normal traffic. So.
But South, isn't the Friendship Beach, the Friendship Bridge, sorry? Isn't a bridge there? I missed the bridge. Am I thinking of a different?
That's Laos, mate. That's Laos.
No.
That's Thailand and Laos.
Bridge. No, there's a Friendship Bridge down there.
In Koh Kong. I've never been to that border, so I wouldn't know. I've only gone to Poi Phet. And I've heard of Perrin.
Poi Phet is the most popular. That's where most people go.
Yeah.
But where Charlie went was where I used to go. Down the track.
Okay. Yep.
And there was a Friendship Bridge. And on the right-hand side, as you got over the river, there was a lovely hotel. All the motorbike taxis tried to take you into the town to go to their hotels where they got a kickback. Yep. On the right-hand side, you just walked over the bridge, and it was look. I am so out of touch, but it was still interesting to watch them. And I'm always interested when people tell you what to do when you know that, as you say, no, that's not right. That's not right. Yeah.
And even the SIM is meant to be free, but you pay for the data, and you're meant to show your passport. You know, when he got the smart SIM. So,
yeah.
But all he had to do was enable roaming, and he would have got the Thailand for $1 a day roaming in Cambodia if he had the right company. All because they're all Asian now. They all share the same. You can use your Thai number. You know what I mean? Because yeah. Can you see this aeroplane about to approach the big yellow light? No, it's over the huge buildings now. It'll come again. Not yet. It's sort of exactly there. It'll come in closer soon. Looks a big one. Oh wow, my camera's crazy. Sorry about that. I'll try to. You can see it coming in now. The big yellow light.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a big one. It's coming in slow. But my family's in the village. They've had a fair bit of rain down there. We've had rain most afternoons and about like 3 o'clock, really big storms. If you look on I've actually had a little bit of flooding through well, it's a big plane. I can hear it from here.
That looks great.
I don't normally hear it.
We've had almost nothing here where I am.
Yeah.
My pond is less than half full.
Wow, this is a huge plane. I don't know what it is. Fucking hell. I can hear it. Can you see the yellow?
Yeah, it's perfect. I got you on full screen.
Yep. It's a weird one. It's coming in nose right down too. I haven't seen a plane do that for a while. Could be it's got too many lights to be a military one. Sorry, it's probably a little bit windy now.
No, you're okay. Well, it hasn't crashed, so we're okay.
Not yet. They normally crash on landing, but I don't get to see that. I'll see the flames. Where's the boss? I only come on because he was coming on.
Who? Who's the boss?
The boss. The boss.
Who's the boss?
Oh, listen. Oh, you can hear that? The afterburners now. Listen to the. Oh, you can't hear it. It's full thrusting down. And the drone's still in the sky. how weird is this drone? I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. It's huge. It must be because we've got a military base right next to the airport here. So,
Right.
I don't know. You can't see it, but it's mate. You can't see my hands either. But I should turn on my light. Oh fuck that! It's so hot. But it's just circling around the airport. It's the Barry the Boss drone.
Oh, but no, I've never spoken to Barry. I don't really watch. I've seen more of his channel than I should do, but not really.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat for you. I'm boring. Sorry, mate. Oz said he's barred from streaming.
You watch Charlie, because I've seen you commenting. Do you watch this Ice Poseidon guy?
Wait, I'll just. When everyone was talking about this Ice Poseidon, I watched about 20 minutes of him, and I saw the replay of where those guys were in the temple where they were talking to the young girls. That's all I really saw. And I saw him in the sauna last night getting a kiss off the midget. So,
all right.
Did you see that part?
I haven't seen, although I've heard all about it. I haven't seen the two guys that got arrested. I couldn't find the stream.
Well, the lead up to it was they were at some sort of temple that looked like outside, and there was a group of teenage girls there, and they said they were 19, but then one of them sounded like she said 15, but they were very creepy towards them. Like they were way too old for them. They were trying to chat them up, and they were very slim looking girls. You know what I mean? Like just like finished school. Like it did look pretty. Yeah. They were creeping out on them a little bit. Like
and they are both weirdos.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen them. Yeah, I hadn't seen them before that, but I don't know how I got onto it. Maybe it was a clip video or it was a replay, or I know. You know what happened? It recommended that guy's channel. Is it one of them Japanese or Chinese or Korean or
what is the guy called? What's he called? Jonas or I can't think now. I can't. But yeah, there's a South Korean there.
Well, that guy was showing me
a member of BTS, and he gets from doing dances.
Okay. Well,
good looking South Korean young guy.
Okay. Well, it recommended him, and he was walking behind Ice Poseidon, so that was pretty good. Like getting that bird's eye view when they were walking. I think it was 2 days ago. I only watched like 5 minutes. And I saw a little bit of him when he was in the hotel, and he said, there's no way I'm going to try and bail him out because I'll get arrested. And he was smart. He was smart in saying that because, it's easy enough to send someone. Didn't they send that African-American guy? And I think he tried to visit him or something. I don't know. I saw a little bit of that.
Oh, you've seen as much as I have. Yeah.
No.
But I know he's called Sonny.
Okay.
The black guy is called Sonny. Yeah. But South, I still think it's bloody good entertainment. If you don't, what Ice Poseidon does is talks to everybody. And it's quite interesting the way, look, I'm not saying he's a nice guy, but he's very good at talking to people, much better than most streamers do. And I'm addicted to it. I think it's really good TV because you never know what's going to happen. He will say,
oh, sorry, you're talking. Sorry.
I'm not. not trying to monopolize the conversation. I'm just, he understands that the drama or the conflict or the struggle is what makes a stream funny. So he'll say yes to anything. Shall we go here? Yeah, okay. Do you want me to be your guide to take you? Yeah, go on then. He'll argue about it later, but he goes along, he makes decisions on the second. I would look, if I was doing it, I would stream exactly like Cheap Charlie. I'd work it all out. I'd have a plan. I'd know what was happening, and I'd have 2 or 3 options about what would go if something goes wrong. What would I do? Ice Poseidon just goes with the flow, and then takes the repercussions from it as part of the stream. That's why he's clever.
Yes. And you know why you were all talking about him earlier? I looked him up on Wikipedia, and I thought he was the guy that started IP1, but apparently he was banned from Twitch. He might have, I think he is an IP2 guy, but then he's actually got Asperger's. So probably that's what hinders his decision making. That's why he's so rash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works. But it works beautifully for streaming.
But that would, but that would be the reasoning behind his quick, like he must, his brain must work so fast with the Asperger's that it makes him just make the rest, like doesn't, almost like you don't consider the consequences when you have Asperger's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in your own little world of whatever's going on. And that's why he's probably got the energy to walk so far as well. So, and for so long.
Yeah, but it works for, look, whatever you say, he's probably earning $500,000 a year. You know, he's been sponsored by Kick, which is the new sort of new YouTube thing. So every time he mentions watch it, whenever he says what channel are you on, he says, I'm on Kick and YouTube.
Yeah.
Kick is the new sort of what's the other one? Rumble.
Twitch and Rumble.
There's Rumble. Rumble is the new one. But Kick is the newest one. People are all saying it's all bots on there. But he's been sponsored by Kick. And he's also got, if you listen really carefully, he's also got a backroom team doing loads of stuff for him. His sort of main guy is a guy called Ed. So you know when they say he's been paid money to keep the stream going, and if it falls, you probably don't know.
No, I saw the picture.
Money to keep the stream going. If the money falls too low, he ends the journey, goes home. There's a guy called Eddie that will always top it up, so it's never going to end.
Yeah. Well, that Kick, you know Ben Newton. Do you watch Ben at all?
Yeah. I don't enjoy him as much as you do because I've heard your good comments about him. I don't really understand Ben at all, but carry on.
Well, he joined Kick, so I downloaded it, but it's still in a beta stage. It's not even a finished product, the app, and they wanted your birth date and everything, so I deleted it within 24 hours. I think it's just so.
I watch Ice Poseidon on Kick. You don't need to download anything.
Okay. But I joined for Ben because Ben was worried he was going to get kicked off YouTube. He only had like 4 subscribers, but then when it doesn't even have settings or anything, it's just still getting built, the website. So I just said, I don't want to be any part of this. Too easy to get hacked because it wanted your actual birth date. So I didn't like that at all. So,
no, I'm the same. As soon as they start getting too involved, I stop. But no, I watch him on Kick. Look, I can put Kicks on, and I think as I open Kicks, it comes on to Ice Poseidon's live stream. But look, I still find it great TV. I mean, these two wingmen that got arrested, I think it's brilliant TV.
Oh, definitely. But they were lucky. But really, they didn't do anything. They didn't touch the girls, or they didn't do anything that could get them in trouble. It was all on film, the interaction. So they probably they were never going to go to jail. Like, for no court case would have found them guilty. But still, to get locked up by, I didn't know they got trolled. I thought that the girls' parents must have did it. That's how little I know about the.
No, what it was that they had it on live stream, and then all the haters. I mean, they were trolled ridiculously. Everybody wrote in to the Nepal police saying, "Oh, you've got two paedophiles there. They've been trying to get 15-year-old girls to go with them." So what do the police do? They've got to investigate, because you've got probably 200 people sending them emails.
Oh, definitely.
So, I mean, they were very lucky they got the lady from the US Embassy. But even she turned around and said really calmly, "Well, you're facing 60 days in jail and up to 10 years in prison." Fuck me. Just for saying to some young girl, "Would you marry me?"
Yeah,
but what was more interesting about that was what a narcissist Ice Poseidon is, because he didn't give a fuck. That black guy went to the jail. Ice Poseidon just started walking up towards Mount Everest. Narcissism works. Anyway, look, we're ignoring we got Spoon here. Hello, Spoon. Actually, Spoon, there's a guy on Ice Poseidon's channel called Spoon. I thought it was you, because he's got all in capital letters the same way as you. And I spoke to him. "Hi, Spoon, nice to see you here." But it wasn't you. I looked up his channel, and he's a naturalist or whatever. Activist is what I'm looking for. So I didn't think that was you.
Speak with capitals. Sorry. Spoon didn't speak with capitals to you. Very rude.
No, it wasn't. There is another Spoon, and it's not a clone of Spoon. It's a Spoon with a genuine channel that just happens to be the same name and in capitals, which is strange.
Very. So Oz is banned from
weirder and weirder. We have to be careful where we take Spoon. Is Mr. Perrin ready for Spoon? I like Spoon. He's a genuine guy. He likes shit talking, but he's got a good heart. Blue Topaz, Beezy, that's the only channel I need to watch now. The owner does the best edits and explains on screen backstories. So what did Beezy say? But I should watch more. It's really tricky, chat, because when I'm talking, I look at the sky or look out my window. I don't look at the chat. So I do apologize, because I should just look at the chat and talk at the same time. But multitasking has never been my forte.
That's all the clicking. What's all the clicking when you scroll down?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The mouse clicking. I hear a mouse clicking all the time. Does that mean you click and drag the page, or?
I can't hear anything on my end because I've got everything silent. But yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Blue Topaz, Spoon, do you watch Chicken Andy? Okay, I can explain IP2. Regardless of what South said, I think IP is originally Ice Poseidon. That's what it stands for. Ice Poseidon, IP. IP2 are his wingmen that went off and did their own stuff. That's how I look at it.
Can I tell you what happened to Ice Poseidon, why he got banned off Twitch when I Googled it?
Go on.
They spotted him on an aeroplane and said that he put a, I won't say the word, but a threat of BOM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why he got kicked off Twitch. And I think that's when he started his own Ice Poseidon. And then that's what I was, it didn't come up on Google though. And then, yeah, all his friends, they did too much craziness on IP2. And he said he didn't want any part of it. That's my take on it. So I think I was pretty close.
Yeah. The truth is somewhere between both of those two stories.
Yeah.
But I still think it's really good. Look, I always give credit where it's due. He's really good at what he does. And I get a bit frustrated because I think Cheap Charlie could be just as big as Ice Poseidon if he put a bit more imagination and work into it.
No, he's finished, mate. He's gone. Unfortunately, the last couple of months has killed him. He had his chance to bring some decent content and everyone's just stopped watching him. Like, how many does he get in his chat now? 150?
Yeah.
So he's lost.
I take your point, South, because I don't watch him as much as I used to. Still like the guy. I still think he's really likable. But yeah, you're right. But I don't think it's for the reasons you say. I think it's because instead of making it into a business, he wants YouTube just to sponsor him having a holiday. And he hates the idea of it being work. He got really frustrated yesterday when he had a few trolls having a go at him. And he said, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. You're having a go. No, but you still got hundreds of people watching you. You still got people donating to you. I would love to have a conversation with him and say, look, you're living a great life. You've only got to put a bit more effort into it to be on the same level as these guys like Ice Poseidon and whatever. And look, I get frustrated because I like Cheap Charlie.
Yeah, but even you know when
he's a lazy cunt. He does the same. He does the same as I would do, South.
Yep.
I would do a channel just like South, just like Cheap Charlie, because I don't need the money, and I would do the same. He's got to think, fuck, I'm 40 years old. I've got to build this channel up, make lots of money, then retire. But at the moment, he just thinks YouTube is imposing on his traveling world. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry, South, I did interrupt you.
That's fine. But what makes me laugh is it took him months to finally go to the dentist. And I only watched him for 10 minutes when where did he go to the bank? And he stupidly thought that his bank account would still be open after 4 years without putting money into it. And then he said, you cannot do, like, because on the wrong visa, there's no way he's going to get a bank account. But he's still stupidly, why would you even do that on live stream? It's illegal to film inside of a bank to start with.
Yeah.
You know that. You can go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Because he's got no situational awareness. And then he has his meltdown in front of everyone saying, oh, cannot do, come on, please. And then 5 minutes later he goes, oh, I didn't really need it anyway. Of course he needed the bank account. Like he flippantly threw off that it wasn't a big deal, but he was devastated. You know what I mean? But it was his own stupid fault. 4 years of no deposits. You know what I mean? Not being in the country, like, and you worry why your bank account's been closed down. So a 15-year-old bank account. So
I did miss that, but yeah, but that happens all the time. Look,
yeah,
I still like Cheap Charlie. Still think he's a very likable guy. I'm just frustrated that he doesn't put a bit more effort into it. If I was his age, doing what he's doing, but look, if I was Cheap Charlie, I would have used all my savings to jump on a plane, go and meet Ice Poseidon in Nepal. So look, I'm here. They'd have been good together, both Americans. And even if Ice Poseidon has said, "Fuck off, Cheap Charlie," at least you got that on screen.
yeah, he would have gained a bit of clout through it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just seems to me it's almost like the entitlement thing that we all moan about. People want the success, but they're not prepared to put the horrible work. Look, work is horrible for all of us. Chip Charlie's fallen into the trap where he thinks, oh, work should all be good. I shouldn't have to do anything that's too horrible. The reason I like Ice Poseidon is he puts himself up to ridiculous things, and he does put the work in. When it's a 24/7 stream, never turns it off. If you turn it on now, hold on. All right, they're still up now as we watch, but it's 24/7. They never close the camera. Cheap Charlie, as soon as it gets a bit different, he turns it off. You know, look, right, let's stop talking about it. But Cheap Charlie,
it's fine. We're commentating on him, and we've all watched him for years.
But you're a man. You've got to start working at it. It's not a holiday. That's your job. Sorry.
There's one breaking point. And what is the breaking point? You must know. How many years have you been watching him? We can be brutally honest.
Oh, 3 years, I'm guessing.
Okay. No alcohol equals no real content, unfortunately. Because he doesn't let he tried the pot, but he just gets all dribbly and stupid when you can tell when he's stoned and he runs back to his room. But if he could just drink a few beers, it'd loosen him up and he'd be a little bit better with the ladies and, you know, he'd be a little bit friendlier with his chat, I think. But obviously he's an alcoholic, so he can't drink. So
no, yeah, I wouldn't criticize him for that. But he could.
No, it's good.
The amount of places you could go to in Pattaya that would be interesting compared to Walking Street. I mean, he's been to Walking Street 1,000,000 times more than I have, and I live here.
Yeah.
There's so many places he could visit and do a little small vlog of, or be. I don't know. I'm going to stop now because I still like Cheap Charlie, and it sounds like I'm criticizing him too much.
No, but guess what? If he's listening, then that's good. Imagine if he's laying in his bedroom right now, and he's got one ear in the earphone listening to us, and then you never know. They watch everything. Barry listens to everything. People listen to everything, mate. And you're a commentator. You're part of a channel in the genre. Don't feel that you don't have a right to say about someone that you watch on a daily basis.
But
that's where, you know.
It's so. The problem is, South, everybody criticizes everybody too much. And so I'm a bit angry with myself when I start criticizing people. So, yeah, Charlie, if you're listening, I think you're great at what you do. Christ, I fucking couldn't walk. I did try it one day in Bangkok. I tried streaming or pretending to stream, virtually streaming for an hour, walking in Bangkok at about 12 o'clock. An hour, I was knackered. I just wanted to go for a coffee. And I wasn't talking. I wasn't doing what you do. So I do appreciate what you do. but you just need to do it better. That's all.
Well, you'd remember when I went to Bali, I was going to give you guys lots of content too, but I held the selfie stick and my camera just kept shaking and it looked terrible. So I gave it to the guy in the next hotel room up at the pool. I said, "Oh, fuck this! I can't do this." So like I bought a cheap. I bought a cheap one. You need the good gimbal and all that if you want to do it. And so I said I wouldn't want to film this. But you don't look at my channel, but I'm just doing lots of shorts at the moment whenever I'm out in a tuk-tuk and I'm making all weird acts, like I do all funny voiceovers from India or from, just to lighthearted, just to show some stuff. That's all I do. You should do stuff like that too. You should do some shorts.
To be honest, Seth, I'm always bored with the whole thing. I've really enjoyed the Ice Poseidon thing. Is sort of invigorated me again, and I've got addicted to it. But I like Johnny Siam's quiz thing. Apart from that, I'm bored with the whole thing. And I've stopped watching all the gossip channels. I watch Gaza when he comes on because I quite like him. He's more of an idiot than I am when he's drunk, but I still watch him. Anybody else I don't watch? So it's got too pathetic. It's got too boring.
You wouldn't know. Can I interrupt? You wouldn't know, but the other day Ron fell asleep and the panel was me, RS7, Pit Boss, Sean the Sheep, who else? Golgo. And we had Sean the Sheep talking normally for hours because he was in a safe environment. Right. It wasn't combative. Yeah. It wasn't, and it was a normal conversation. He learned a lot of things. So he has the capacity to be a normal part of the genre. But he just elevated himself a little bit too quick. That's all. And he's trying to protect Gaza. That's all that happened, really. Because he said some terrible things about me, don't you, and my family. You might have heard.
No, but let's not go into the details.
But I forgave him straight on that stream. I said, "That's okay, mate. I forgive you for everything you've said, and you're a lot younger than us, and I hope that you haven't quite got that life experience. But we're not all here to battle each other. We are all here to share our experiences, our knowledge, our dreams, and our misfortune. Yeah. That's what it should, as you say, it shouldn't be combative. Like, I feel bad the way that you and Oz are sort of, there's no reason for you to be having a little bit of hostility tonight, but it's preconceived history. You know what I mean? Instead of judging a man on how he is today, you're judging him on his past behaviors, and so is he perhaps. So,
sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah, it's okay.
I wasn't listening. Who am I judging on past behavior?
No, I just think the way that you and Oz, the tension was there again straight away. When
no, not at all.
I came across that way a little bit. That's all.
No, not at all. There's one guy on here that that's not here now, but there's only one person here that I have no time for. No, I lie. 3 or 4 people I have no time for, but only one that's sort of active on my channel, on our channels. But no, look, Man About Oz is really good at triggering me because what he does is he talks for 30 minutes. I talk for 30 seconds and he comes in, why the fuck are you interrupting me? That's what pisses me off. That's the only thing about Oz that triggers me straight away.
Yeah, I get that. And we do feel sorry for you the way you are very patient. See, even we're doing it now because of the delay. That social cue, that gap just for like a millisecond when we think we get that chance. Some people we jump in too quick and some people we don't. Yeah, we're all different,
South.
think,
The
yeah.
only people I banned and whatever were people that doxed me, that were talking about my grandchildren and talking about my skinny legs or sharing photos of my grandchildren. Those are the only people I hate. I would guarantee you, Man About Oz would cheerfully chew off his own arm rather than talk about my family. So he's always going to be okay in my world. We might have arguments on here, but he's never going to take the piss out of my family or wife or whatever. I think he's a genuine man. I think he likes coming on here and having a joke and a laugh and a, what do you call it, shit talking. But no, I've got no animosity towards Man About Oz at all. But yeah, anybody that talks about look, we're all human. We're all men. If you attack me, my family, whatever, of course you're gonna. Even if you don't want to react, you can't help yourself. And I regret that I bit back when they go at me. But water under the bridge. But Man About Oz would never do that. He might say he's going to fuck my wife, fuck my dog, fuck my pet. There's no way that he would dox me or do anything like that. As I say, he'd rather chew his own arm off than do that, I believe.
Yeah, you've read him right, mate. You've read him right. There are a lot of good people, though. Don't underestimate that there's a lot of good people with positive intentions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know that. You're in the back chats with a few people, you know.
I'm naive, but I'm not as naive as people think.
No, you've worked your whole life. I can tell what you said. You've worked in insurance and different places like that. So you've got a brain on you. You've got a head on your shoulders, and you sailed the world. And that's what Oz said. He wants you to tell stories once a week about one of your adventures. If you read the chat properly,
yeah,
one of your sailing.
Yeah, I understand that, Sir, but you can't do that, mate, because that's the big problem with what happens here. Is any inside information you give is turned against you. I'll give you a great example. I came on here and told everybody, look, if you're buying a house in Thailand, just double check. You might find that the local Wat where you want to live has some land that you can rent. Because I was very lucky. Just turned up on Facebook and got a super house that costs next to nothing. Oh, now I'm living in a shack in a jungle, and I'm paying a fortune on a lease, and I'm taking houses from the poor guys. All I was trying to do, Sals, was say, look, I'd never heard about this in my city. Because when I first bought this, let me explain this just to show you. When I first bought the house, I was a bit worried. Sounds a bit, it's too good to be true. Anything that's too good to be true is probably not true. And we were having a meal with a restaurant we always use in the middle, right in the center of Nakhon, New York. About 5-minute walk from the big market. And we said to the woman there that says, look, we're thinking of buying a house that's owned by the land's owned by the local temple. And she's, oh, right. She said, you see all these 50 houses around. Yeah. They're all owned by the temple.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I just backstage. You've got a guest backstage. Sorry to be.
Oh,
you,
sorry.
You can keep going. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Steve.
Keep going.
Steve, welcome.
Hello, Mr. Perrin. How are you?
G'day, Ando.
Hey, somebody's banned me in the chat. Must have happened in the last half hour or so.
Steve Anderson, I can't help, mate. I've got look. I don't know why, but I haven't got any buttons to do anything in power here. I really haven't. I think I'm just trying to make excuses, but I can't mod, can't demod, can't pin anything. And I've complained but nobody listens to me. But it's all I'm saying is, Steve, it's not my fault.
You just want to pass it on to the powers that be there?
Nobody listens to me.
We all
Yeah, what I'm
listen,
saying
mate.
is, can you pass it on so
All right.
somebody else can unban?
Okay, I will.
Cheers.
Anyway,
Then what's
Steve,
been happening?
Oh, no,
I
no,
haven't
here.
heard you.
Sorry, Steve. Apparently you're not banned. You're just timed out, mate. Oz he's coughed to it. Look, can you read the chat? Can you read that, Steve? You have to press on the comments section. You're on a phone too.
No one banned Steve. We just played 306. You fucking cunt.
Now's your chance to give him a ahoy there, matey. Raise the sails, my lads.
Has Oz got a spinner?
Not for long. If he keeps this up. Oh, he's banned on StreamYards too. Poor bastard. Hey? I know who that would be. But anyway, how you going, mate? What must be early morning there, is it? Is it sunrise yet or not? Oh, he's gone. That was quick. Didn't even say goodbye.
Oh, well.
Nice. Doesn't matter. Whinge and win. Do you know what whinge and win means? Have you heard of that?
Really, no.
That's an Australian. If you cry long enough, you get your way. Whinge, as in a whinging pom, then you get to win. So
yeah, that didn't work though.
It's an Australian analogy. Whinge and win.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work in my world.
Oh well.
But it's a shame because it's the first time I've heard Steve on a panel. I've seen him loads of times in chat, but I've never heard him talk.
About 2 years ago, he used to show quite a bit of content actually when he was driving around. He's a very nice man. He cops it from everywhere, but he's a loyal follower of all the channels and of this little community, or what would Gaza call it?
Is he a dedicated follower of fashion?
Yeah, he's a Fabergé man. You like that one?
I do.
Did you ever wear Fabergés?
I wore Brute.
No, but Fabergé jeans.
Brute was probably my favourite antiperspirant perfume.
Eau de toilette.
Yeah.
Pin the link. He wants to get back on. Pin the link, he said.
The first girl who let me feel their tits. The first girl who let me feel their tits used to wear Brute. It was in skinhead days.
Oh, were you a skinhead, were you? Did you wear Doc Martens?
No, but she had a feather cut.
Okay.
And it was those days.
Is it too personal to ask which city you grew up in? Because I never got that.
Yeah, it is only because my family's still there.
Oh, so it's not a big place. It's not a metropolis at all.
If it wasn't, no, 100,000 population.
Okay, if it was in the millions, then that would be okay. But yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you know me. I wouldn't.
I mean, my family is big enough and strong enough to take on anything, but I don't want to add to any hassle they don't need.
Yeah.
And that's the big problem with all this fucking shit. You can't tell people your stories or anecdotes because everything is turned against you. It's shit. It really is. And that honestly, South, I'm not joking when I'm just bored with it. I've got so many stories I would love to tell. I'd even love to tell why I've had such a good day today. Can't do that because it gives away too much information about my life or whatever. And it turns into a situation where everything you say, you're sort of guarded against saying. Now, if
Like,
I was
yeah.
if I was earning money on this channel, and it was a money thing for me, fuck, I'd share everything. You know, I'm earning money, but no, this is a hobby. I'm not here to do anybody any harm. I'm just here for a chat because it started off during lockdown. It was great for me. I joined it because I thought, fuck, if I'm enjoying it, then let's help other people enjoy it. But I've really got to the stage now where if I wasn't drunk tonight and had such a good day, I wouldn't have started this. No way. Oh, sorry, Topaz. There you go.
Sure. But Steve, can I say one thing? The landscape has changed a lot in the last 2 weeks. A lot of people have backed down, and a lot of the fighting has stopped, and a lot of people have left channels. It seems to have really mellowed down a lot, mate. So don't let it be a negative experience. You know, don't hold back. Like they know nearly everything about me, and I don't give a shit. You know, so. What are they going to do? We're all grown men, you know. We're all just sharing stories. Don't hold yourself back out of fear of someone digging through your files from 20 years ago. Like, don't give a fuck. Live your best life, you know. And if you've got, let go. Don't feel that way. Trust me, the nastiness is just about gone. Believe it or not. I know you might not believe that, but there's been a lot of people that have broke bread together and quashed all their beefs, mate. So, and it's starting to get back organic again.
Got, hold on. Steve's back and Nathan's back. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome again, Steve.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Bigfoot.
Yep.
Why have you got Perrin's avatar? What time is it in Darwin, mate? Oh, it's the same time as me, isn't it? Midnight, nearly? No speakies?
I can hear you fine.
No, I
Can you
can't
hear me?
hear Nathan. Yeah.
It's 4:33 a.m. here.
Oh. Yeah, I had a weird long sleep in the afternoon. I've been doing that lately because it's so hot. Like getting up really early, then going. Today I went shopping, and because I'm off to Bali on Monday. So, and here we go, Steve. I don't care. My family's been in the village since April the 1st because my daughter's been really, really sick with the dirty air, and we've had her on the farm, and even up until yesterday, she was still getting injections. So she's lost a lot of weight, and so I'm really worried about her. She's like 4 years old. So
do you suffer from the bad air at all, South?
no, because I've worked in that industry and I was a surfer. I have some very strong lungs. That's why I wanted to show you a video of Maroubra. How dare you say Australia's a shithole, you bastard? My home beach is one of the most beautiful and most powerful and awe-inspiring places on the planet. We've got a huge, big rifle range and big sandstone cliffs, and it's amazing. So, but yeah, I nearly dropped the link, but I thought I'd get in trouble. That's what I was doing before, trying to find my beach. But yeah,
Right.
but yeah, why do you hate Australia so much?
I think I just said it for effect.
Okay.
Only because most of what we see on TV, apart from Tasmania looks good. It just looks like, I mean, look, where Adrian lives at the moment, he loves it. Banana King.
Yep.
That just looks like England to me.
Oh, but super hot and humid, mate. Super hot and humid up there. And he's going to be getting, Well, no, he's missed out on the cyclone season, so he's very lucky. But in the next year, his house will go through probably 4 cyclones. If he's so, yeah. I've got friends that have just moved up there too.
I thought you were a troll. In fact, I said 10 minutes ago, you're far from it. Anyway, I'm not getting any more into that. But I've never thought of that. Oz, I think you're really good at triggering people. You're very good at what you do. You're very good at arguing. Very articulate. Good brain on your shoulders. Annihilates me quite easily. But no, I'd never say you were a troll. Not for 1 second. Leo from Frio. Fuck living in Stobart, Mr. Perrin. Look, I've only seen what I see on TV. It doesn't look much better than England apart from the weather. And also, look, can I take it all back? Australia looks lovely. I was only doing it for a bit of an argument.
Thank you very much.
I'll take it back.
And you want to know what's so funny? There was a guy, an English couple. They were at my beach, and they put a drone up and whatever. And then we've got a lot of bushland around there. And then when they finished, there was a sign saying, "Look out for the snakes." And he said, "Fuck me, Dad! I can't believe we were sitting 2 meters away. We could have been bitten by a snake." But there's hardly imagine that in a city on a beach. You'd think you're safe. But then when he walked back up the foot track, because they've rehabilitated all the sand dunes and all the grasslands and that, and boardwalk. Like, I haven't been there for 10 years, but yeah, he said. And then she said, "Oh my God, we could have been bitten and eaten alive by a bloody snake." So I found it quite funny. It was just a little, like, the poor English, they think they're safe sitting on a city beach, and there's still a sign saying, "Look out for snakes." So that's why you're also scared of Australia.
No, I'd love to go, but I got 2 very quick stories. We had our pond got very low, and I think when the water gets low in the pond, gets too hot, and we had half a dozen fish die. So my wife fished out all these 1 foot fish that were floating on the surface, got rid of those, and then we got the big one. About a 10-pound fish, really big fish, right in the middle of the pond, too far for our long stick with a net to go. And we both looked at it, how the fuck, I'm going to launch the boat and go and get it. The day after, sat here watching, a 4-foot lizard went and got the fish out of the pond. Took him a while to drag it out. But wasn't it great watching it? I should have videoed it.
Yeah, things like that.
I don't know if you know, the lizards we have here are so scared. If I just open my patio doors, the thing would go. They are so wary of anything happening behind them. And we sat and watched him drag it out of the pond, eat a little bit, then drag it a bit more. It was great. And then I was in Pattaya for 2 days, came back from Pattaya, went into the back garden to turn the water on. And fortunately, a snake saw me before I saw it and raced away. I almost trod on it.
What colour? Little black and...
I don't know. I'm colorblind, so I don't know. I don't know. It was a nice one because it ran away. But that was, look. I'm not exaggerating. It was at least a yard long, but it was quite skinny. It was only a couple of inches diameter, but it ran away from me really quickly. But my foot, 6 inches away from it with no socks on, no shoes or socks on. I'm glad it was more scared of me than I was scared of it.
I've had to kill 6 snakes in my house in Bali with a rock.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I had 2 dogs. I had to protect the dogs because they wanted to bite them. So.
Yeah. We had the same in our old house. We only had 2 or 3 in the old house, and the dogs were the same. I tell you what, as well, birds go for them. I've seen them in the road outside my house. I've seen a snake, and the birds attack them. But the biggest one, you would not believe. For a while, we lived in a gated community in the Coney York. You would think, it was a brand new bungalow, high rise. It was there's nothing below us, but it was up above the huge lake below. Beautiful place. I walked out on the balcony one day and I heard the python move before I saw it. And then I saw this huge python slumped down in it. That's the only one I've seen that would worry me. But you follow me, I heard it moving. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I heard it move.
Because of the volume. So big.
So big. It was so big. I heard it. I didn't see it. And I just saw the last rung as it dropped down to the ground below and went wherever it went.
Why does Steve keep dropping out, for fuck's sake? Must have shit internet.
I don't know. Look.
What's that noise
Right.
now?
Whoever's got a link to go to somewhere, put it in, because I'm going to have a coffee and go to bed. It's been great, but I think we're talked out. Blue Topaz, you said you had a link somewhere to go.
MacGyver's live. MacGyver, or I don't know.
MacGyver? Yeah, I like MacGyver. Blue, stick the link in. We'll go there.
Well, thanks for having me on. And yeah, mate, don't feel so. I know you're doing something else. I won't confuse you.
I tell you what, Spoon, I watch all these shorts on YouTube. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was one of my favourite albums when I was a youngster. Apparently, the Beatles apart from Paul McCartney, they all hated it. George Harrison never turned up. They all hated it. I think it was one of the best albums I'd ever heard.
You want to sing it together? Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. I say it's all right.
All right. Take over. Come on. You got the next one.
I see the smile returning. Anyway.
Keep going.
Perrin,
come on.
You have our full support. I hope you know this fact. Yeah, of course I do, Arthur. Christ, I can't keep repeating myself. I know you're an okay guy.
Strawberry.
I know you wind me up something rotten, but I still know you're okay. As is Spoon. Surely, by the way I talk to you, you should understand that. I'm never disrespectful or horrible. If you come on panel, you'll wind me up within about 3 minutes, but that's all right.
Will you raise the flag, Steve Perrin?
Well, the Pirates flag, no. I think that is all ridiculous. The Pirates, the Duds, what was it? The Duds,
the Hornets,
and whatever. Yeah,
the Ninjas. No, the Pirates are real.
That is definitely below me.
The Pirates are real.
I'll never get to that level.
You don't want to get scurvy, hey? You don't want to catch scurvy.
No.
Up to you.
Yeah. Well,
you old salty.
I mean, I actually look. Out of those four, I love the idea of the Pirates because it was a total democracy. If the captain of the ship was an idiot, they voted him out. Oh, it wasn't like we'd have a battle. The crew was they were all almost self-employed, and if the ship wasn't catching them booty, other ships, he was a ship captain, they get rid of him and boat somebody else in. So I like the democracy idea of being a pirate because, and let's face, most of the king or queen's army in England were pirates. If you read any of these old time books, I can't think of the names of the writers, but there's two art writers who wrote great books about old sailing days. They were pirates. They were basically trying to take over other boats.
From the same flotilla. From the same.
Go on.
No, I'm not well read in history at all because I was always out doing sport, and so my education was never.
Hold on, let me look. I just put in one of them is something O'Keefe or whatever. But there's two of them, two great writers. One of them, the first book he wrote was called Master and Commander.
Circa 1700s or 1800s?
No, he wrote them much later. No, he wrote them in the 20th century.
No, set in what years though? Set in what century?
I would guess 18th, 19th century.
Yep. So after most of the world's got conquered already. Yeah. After most of the world was already conquered.
O'Neill was one of them, but he didn't write Master and Commander. There was another guy. Look, beside the point.
Yep. All right. Thanks for having me. I know you want to have your coffee.
It would be. No, it wasn't Escott Hotel, but look, I'll find them out for next time. South, Steve, thank you very much for joining the panel. I'm going to leave it open for another 5 minutes while I go and get a coffee so that Blue can put a link in for where to go next. And I'll close it in 5 minutes, but I'm away for now.
Okay. Well, I'll go, mate. See you when I see you. Thank you, chat. I'll be signing off now.